Good afternoon, Big Sports family. We are live here on the beautiful campus of Duke. Aaron Strickland, Andre Stewart, Jay Bell on the call. It is Championship Saturday. How you doing today, Aaron?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I am excited, brother. We are about 200-300 feet up in the air, if not more. A whole lot higher than big guys ought to be off the ground. I just want to tell you that, Aaron. But I'm going to tell you, I'm excited. The Jags are here. The Black Knights are here for the 1A championship. Some keys to the game today, Aaron. Just like us being high off the ground, managing your nerves. What do you think Northampton has to do to prevail in that area, Aaron, as far as managing their nerves?
Well, they have to come into this game just like it's any other game. They can't think of it as a state championship game, which that's going to be hard to do, especially as young kids. But they have to go into this game and play their game and not try to play the game that Robbinsville wants them to play. So that's my take on that.
All right. The other thing, Aaron, I think is key. This is going to be a running game. Both of these teams boast 1,000-yard backs and a bevy of them. We're not familiar with Robbinsville, but they have Lex Hooper and Rylee Anderson, both of them over 1,500 yards. Hooper with 25 touchdowns this year, Anderson with 28 touchdowns this year. Not a lot of passing on either side. So I think really who can throw the ball at a key time in this game may be the key to coming away from here with a state title. Also, which style wins out? We know they're going to run the ball, all right? Robbinsville they're a little cocky, Aaron, to tell you the truth. I've read some things, I've heard some things. They're a little cocky. So they say they want to inflict pain. What does Northampton have to do offensively to get going and to be successful today?
Well, they gotta be able to take the pain that they're going to be receiving. They also have to inflict pain back and give Robbinsville a dose of their own medicine.
Yeah, I think that if Zion Kendall and Najee Newsome and Eric Robinson and Mitchell and the boys can get going and they can get footing, I think one of the biggest things, and I heard Coach D and I heard Justin on a podcast this week talking about this being like a David and Goliath matchup. We're actually going, guys, to midfield right now for the coin toss, so let's see who's going to receive today. But, Aaron, we'll keep talking while they coin toss to see who's going to receive the opening kick.
The players play.
David versus Goliath. I think we're shorting Northampton when we say that. Northampton came through the number 1 seed at Rosewood. They came through the number 2 seed at North Edgecombe. They played their brand of football, and they were successful. Now, Robbinsville has been here a bunch of times, and they got a bunch of state titles. But those state titles don't mean anything today. It's these two teams on the field doing battle today. So we'll see who can manage their nerves, who can get going, who can impose their will, and see who comes away from here with a state title. If I was in that locker room, Aaron, you know what I'd probably tell them? There's no tomorrow. You seniors, when the sun sets and comes up tomorrow, your high school football career will be over. Will you be having tears of joy because you're a state champion, or will you be having tears of grief because you lost out on an opportunity? What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I think this game's going to come down to who wants it more. Robbinsville's been here, so they come into this game very heavily favorites. But I think Northampton comes into this game as an underdog with 3 losses. With those 3 losses, though, they were heavily injured throughout the year.
Right.
And they're healthy.
They are.
So this is a totally different Jaguar team that took 3 losses early in the year. And I think you could possibly very well see a very good football game here today.
I hope so. And, guys, now we're going to swing it to our producer, our executive man on the call today, Mr. Jay Bell. How you doing today, Jay?
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for being a part of the Big Sports Network, being brought to you by our good friends at Rand Sports Graphics and Screen Printing. Jay Bell here on the mic. Thank you so much as the teams are getting ready to line up where the clock is already set at 12 high noon. For those of you who are tuned in to BigSportsTV.com, make sure you tell all your friends, pass it around on social media as the teams now are lining up and getting ready for another great kickoff. It looks like the Northampton Jags elected to receive, so the Knights are lining the ball up right here at the 40-yard line. The crowd is hyped. It's a great, beautiful day. Cloudy skies, but right here over Duke University on the campus of Wallace Wade Stadium, it's clear skies as we get ready. And toe to leather, the ball is in the air, and it's being received. Oh, dropped, and it looked like the Knights have picked it up.
Yeah, that's the first mistake of the game that could play costly to start this ball game.
Yeah, you got to win the turnover battle, and that's costly right there at the 30-yard line. I didn't see who it was, but that up back kind of bobbled it and lost it, and I was hoping for it to roll out of bounds right there.
Mr. Lane is for the Knights able to recover and get that ball, and they have it right there at the 30-yard line. They have two receivers, one on each end. It's a handoff, and it's stopped in the backfield by a Jag. He's getting a couple of, and it's a loss of 5. And the Jags defense step up big with the running back trying to gain some yards, unable to, but that would, of course, have been Mr. Rylee Anderson, a senior, 5'9" senior, and he was stopped in the backfield. Actually, a 4-yard loss is what they gave him.
The Black Knights coming out in the I formation. They're going to run that thing. And you can see they quickly jump into the spread right here after that 4-yard loss. So Northampton picking it up right away.
Collins with the ball. He's the quarterback. Gives it back over to his running back. He tries to cut. He's stopped. And the Jags stopping another loss for a down. Now the ball is at the 40. We've got look like it's a 3rd and 20 almost.
I'm going to tell you something. We've heard all week about mountain football, Aaron, and the fact that the Black Knights want to come in here and impose their will, and they want to play mountain football. I don't know if they know the speed of the Jaguars. The Jaguars look really fast out there compared to the Black Knights so far.
Well, something they haven't seen this year is the speed of the Roanoke Valley, and that's something that we're very well known for.
Collins with the ball. He's behind the scenes. The ball is 3 and 18. It's a pass, and it's running. He's on the left-hand side. He's brought down out of bounds. On the tackle for the Jags, of course, it's one of our great Jag players, number 8. That, of course, would be Ransom on the tackle.
So, guys, here we go. It's 4th down and about 5 if I'm looking at the sticks up top, 4th and 4, 4th and 5. First key down of the game. And you can see right now that already, whether by game plan or whether by what they've seen the first 2 plays, the Black Knights are trying to get outside. They're not attacking that defense in the middle. So they're throwing multiple receivers out there trying to spread the Jags out.
And, of course, quarterback is in the shot under center. Keeps the ball. He's brought down. It's a loss. And, of course, tackled by one of our favorite Jag players. And
Mr. Mitchell.
And he stops that play.
That's Samaje Mitchell playing on the edge right there, guys. So the Jaguars overcome fumbling the opening kickoff. The defense rises up. They look like they're locked in already, guys, because that's big. You know, they had a lot of things working against them about 2 minutes ago. They've already shut it down, and now here comes their offense.
It's the Jags' ball. The ball is right there at the 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for the Jags. Kendall is right under center. Kendall, we got a man in motion. Kendall hands off. He keeps it. Oh, he's snatched and knocked down at the 25-yard line.
And that's one of those brutal tackles that they were talking about. That they said in an interview on Justin Hayes' podcast when he interviewed media from the other side of the state, from the Smoky Mountain Conference, they want you to be sore after the game. They want to inflict pain.
It's 9:33 left on the clock in the first quarter. It's 0-0. You're locked in. It's 2nd and 12 for the Jags. Zion on the ball. He hands it off. Swing around to the left. Still on his feet. Moving and able to gain a few yards. And able to pick up a few yards are the Jags. Who is that? Is that Mitchell?
It's Najee Newsom.
That's
Najee Newsom with the ball. And he's able to gain a few yards. It's 3rd and 7.
That was the Jags are in a double wing set. Broken the bone, come out in a double wing set. That was a little counter action. All right, so now they've broken out. I got 2 receivers in the double wing. Here we go.
And Kendall runs under center. He tried to get a hard count, and the Knights didn't go for it. Kendall's looking to the sideline, looking over to Coach P for instructions. Giving instructions to his guys. Had to hurry up. We got 5 on the clock. Kendall and Newsom in the motion. Newsom goes around, and he's brought down in the backfield. Najee Newsom unable to get around that edge, use that speed, And so we got another loss of downs, making it 4 and 10.
Okay, so I'm going to put my coaching hat back on for a minute. It's been a few years since I was on the sideline, but I'm going to put a coaching hat on. Both teams are trying to stretch it to the sideline and get wide, and both defenses have been coached up for it. This may have to be an inside-out game. What I mean is you got to hit it up in C-gap and get some 5 yards there and then bounce that thing to the outside. You're not going to be able to just outrun these guys. So here we go. We've seen defense on both sides step up. Both offenses have been shut down. Now we get to the special teams, guys, which is the third phase of the game, which is extremely important.
Oh, we have not enough men on the field. Trying to come out at the last minute.
It's going to be a timeout. They got a timeout.
They called a timeout? Okay, yeah, because they had only 10 on the field.
It's a good move by Coach P right there, seeing that his punt unit was not ready. They were running somebody on, so they went on, took a timeout. This is important. All right, guys, Northampton, what they have to do, the one negative we still see, Aaron, from the opening kick, we're stuck in Northampton's end of the field. They got to flip the field and get out of their end, all right, and make the Black Knights play under a little bit of pressure.
And, Aaron, you've had a chance to kind of watch a little bit. What do you see with the Knights defense in this series at the moment?
Well, I mean, you can tell that they've done their research. They've watched film. So to flip that, Northampton's got to go against what they haven't done all year and change it up a little bit, because obviously Robbinsville has done some homework, watched film, and they're on to what the Jaguars want to do here today.
You're locked into the BigSportsTV.com. Thanks so much for allowing us to bring you high school football. It's the 1A North Carolina High School Athletic Association Championship. It's the Northampton Jags and the Robbinsville Knights. Right now it's 4th and 10. Jags about to kick the ball off. The ball is on the 28-yard line, and the Jags are getting ready. Refs are trying to get everything set. Looks like we have a little confusion. They're waiting to see. I don't know if it's television they're waiting to come out of the timeout.
I think we are, Jay.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the little man with the mitts on. There he is. He's on the 20. Here we go.
There we go. Okay, yeah, I look for the guy with the red hat. There
Yes,
he goes.
sir.
Yep. All right. Hey, this is professional sports almost on a high school level. And the snap is fumbled, and it's a pass. Loose ball. Who goes on it? Knights pick it up. Brought down at the 15. Actually, correction, the 16.
Guys,
can you do that?
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure it out.
I didn't know if it was it was confusing. Explain what snap. It was a bad snap. He picked it up and he passed it. Now, I don't know, was he trying to get a receiver? Please explain what just happened.
It may be an illegal forward pass, guys.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah,
it's an illegal forward pass because they're bringing it back to the spot. I think the punter panicked because that ball came rolling back there. He wasn't under pressure, but instead of kicking it, he actually just picked it up and threw it.
I don't know if it's that or if he was hoping that the guy. I don't know if he was just hoping that he would catch the ball and that would be the case, or what the case may be.
Anyway, the Knights with the ball. Knights trying to cut through the gap, is topped by a host of Jags, brought down at about the 25-yard line, and that would make, still in the first quarter, 7:30 right here on the clock.
That was Rylee Anderson again. The Black Knights changing formations again. They went to a power I right there. Power I, little power 5 action, giving that thing off tackle. So now we see Lex Hooper is going to be your tailback behind the power backs.
Under center, let's see, he hands it off right there to your man, your tailback. He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, and the difference is Hooper's a little bigger than Anderson. So I think Hooper's the more power back, and Anderson's the more get outside guy.
Well, he's a 5'7", 180 junior, and of course, he's got a lot to play for this year. The ball is on the 20-yard line. It is 3rd and 2, and the Knights have the ball. Knights are looking, handed it back off. On the right-hand side, he breaks that gap. He's going, and he's down at the 6-yard line.
So let me tell you what just happened, guys. That was a formational change that widened out. They put a receiver to that side, which made the corner go out. Now the end has to bump out a little bit wider because you got a tight end to that side. They also bring the power backs up there, and they basically played a numbers game, and they outnumbered them, which is why Anderson was able to bust that to that side.
Ball is on the 6-yard line. It's 1st and 6 for, down and trying to cut around to the left-hand side. He's tackled and stopped right at the 2-yard line. Of course, on that tackle for the Jags is Samaje Mitchell.
Riverside, that's what you call that. All they did right there, fellas, is flip the formation, run the play the other way. So watch and see if they don't come out in that power back set again with the receiver out there, and let's see if they run to the receiver side. Let's see if Northampton makes the adjustment. It should be going right here. Let's see.
Knights with the ball, hand off, trying to go right up the middle, untouched, scoring 6 points. That's, of course, Rylee Anderson, and the Knights are first on the board.
And guys, the Jaguars weren't able to flip the field. But here's the bigger issue. The Jaguars have to make the defensive adjustment right here to slide, to bump a gap, bump a half gap, so that their defensive front is not getting outnumbered to that split receiver side.
Getting ready for the PAT, snap, kick, and it's good. Right there, it is 7-0 with 5:47 left on the clock. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back bringing you high school football right here from the BigSportsTV.com.
Hi guys, my name's Dakota Mullins and I'm the new PR director here at Fairwood Lanes. I wanted to go over a few things that we offer since we are a family-friendly place. So we have bowling access for people of all ages, and we also have an arcade with various prizes. And for the adults, we have lottery and keno. So we also have a full-service bar with 19 intertwined taps with rotating domestic and crafted spheres, as well as a made-to-order snack bar. Remember, if you guys have any questions, you can contact me with the information on the screen. Remember, we're Fairwood Lanes here in Roanoke Rapids. Family-friendly fun.
Welcome back to BigSportsTV.com. I'm Jay Bell. Of course, we're coming to you live from Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University. It's the 1A North Carolina High School Athletic Association Championship. It's the Robbinsville Knights against your Northampton Jags. The Jags are able to come out and able to score first. They're first on the board. It's 5:47, still in the first quarter as we get ready for another kick, see if the Knights, not the Knights, but the Jags, if they're able to, get over that jitters and see what we can get on this second set for them. It'll be the second series for the Jags. See how we can go for it. Toe to leather, ball is in the air, received by the Jags, trying to cut up on the first hash mark, run around to the left-hand side. He's going to the field, he's at the 30, he's at the 40, brought down around the 45-yard line on the Jags side.
That was a good kickoff. They set the return into their sideline, Jay and Aaron. Somebody picked up a big block peeling back, did a good job to get her head in front and pick off one of the Black Knights. I couldn't get a number on it, but we'll be able to see it on the replay. I'm looking at my monitor, and I believe it's number
– That's Najee Newsome with the ball.
Newsome had the carry right there and did a good job of picking up his blocks and following it and getting that thing close to midfield, up to the 40-yard line.
Well, if it's one thing that the Jaguars have advantage of in this game is speed.
And the Jags trying to run up the middle, stopped by just a bunch of black jerseys, I'll put it that way. I think he gained about 1 yard.
No, he picked up about 4, Jay, about 3 or 4 right there.
That was Mitchell?
That was Mitchell on a very productive run right up the middle. And that's what
2
Coach
and
P
6.
might have to do is hit them in the gut some and see if he can use the size of his offensive line to wear down the smaller Black Knights.
With the ball on his triple option, Kendall keeps it. He breaks the tackle but runs into one of the Knights who brought him down. That's, of course, was number 24. I don't actually see him on the roster, but he does have 24 on his jersey.
But that's okay, Jay. That's 2 more yards. So now you're in third and manageable. You're in a 3rd and 3 right here, and Northampton has to be patient, all right? Be patient, hit him, and then all of a sudden that speed will pop loose.
It's 3rd and 2nd with the ball on the 46, 4:38 right here on the clock. Coming to you live, Kendall under center with the triple option. Wishbone, as we like to call it. Kendall hands it off, running up the middle. Is he able to get the first down? No, he stopped shy right there at the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
That was Eric Robinson carrying the ball right there. So now you got a decision to make, Coach P. About two yards to go. Yeah, right at 2 yards to go, 4th and 2. Can you get it? Can you go quick move in first quarter? We're down to the 4-minute mark already, and looks like the Jags are going on 4th down, which I think, honestly, is the right move to make right here.
And ball is on the 47-yard line, as Coach Stewart said, is 4th and 2. Triple option. Kendall hands it off to Najee Newsom. He stopped in the backfield. A loss of about 2 yards, and the Knights are able to stop that running offense of the Jags. At 3:43, still in the first quarter, it's 7-0. Robbinsville in the lead, and the Jags are unable to capitalize and move forward, so that's their second set.
Oh,
And the
guys,
ball.
and what happened was the defensive end came up the field. The tight end tried to chase him instead of leaving him. The two backs went to kick him out, and the defensive end actually made the tackle.
It's a pass play, and they get a first down. Knights, Robbinsville able to get that first down, and of course, pass play coming from Collins, and it goes over to Rylee Anderson, who's able to pick up the first down for the Knights. They have the ball.
Guys, watch out, because Eric Robinson is hobbling, but now Lex Hooper is hobbling too on both sides. So we got key members on both sides that are limping around out there, because these guys are really hitting right now. Northampton has to keep Robbinsville out of the end zone right now.
With the ball, Collins under center. He hands
He's
it
hurt.
off, and
Lex
Hooper's
really
hurt. Hooper's hurt. He couldn't even get in the stance right there, Aaron. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm not sure that his ankle isn't broke.
he got about 2 yards. Looked like about a yard gain on that one. It's 2nd and 9 for the Knights.
Jay Hooper can't stand up on his own. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sitting down. Waiting
that's
for
a
the
serious injury.
trainees to come out. And with that, we're going to take a quick time out while they attend to that on the field. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to the Big Sports Network. I'm Jay Bell along with Aaron Strickland. And I called you Aaron Strickland. That's your son, Aaron Britt. And, of course, I'm going by your Facebook name. Coach Andre Stewart. Now, actually, we're going to keep it here.
I'm still watching Hooper, guys. The trainers brought him to the side, but now they got him to the bench now. He's having trouble putting any weight on that foot, Aaron. And if that's the case, all of a sudden, boy, now the Northampton Jags can key in on Anderson, all right? And now it's no longer a two-headed monster, but now they go back to the power set. Let's see if they're running left right here, Aaron.
Nathan Collins with the ball. He hands it off, stringing around to the left-hand side. He's able to get some yardage. Brought down at about the 6-yard line. He's able to gain a first down. Actually, correction, that is the 7-yard line where I believe the 8. Ball is on the 8. First down for the Knights.
And, guys, this is predictable. You can see they're running to the split side. They're putting the tight end and the receiver to one side to spread the Northampton defensive out, because you're getting a 9 and a 3 technique on defense, and they're running that way. So, look, they're going to run right here.
Collins with the ball, hands off to the right. He swings around to the right-hand side. He's stopped in the backfield, swung down, and it's a loss of yards for the Knights.
Yeah, they're telling you exactly where they're running the football. It's just up to you whether you're going to stop them or not.
Right.
That tackle, of course, by Najee Newsom. Newsom able to stop that because Rylee Anderson looked like he had a clear shot for the touchdown.
Aaron, let's see what adjustments the Jags make right here defensively. See if they bring a backer up in the gap, what they do, because it looks like they're in a 4-man defensive front, but now they're loading up a little bit.
Collins steps back, hands it off to Anderson. Anderson runs up. Did he cross? Did he get in? They do. It's another 6 points for your Robbinsville Knights. And now it's 13-0, and they're going to go for the PAT.
So, guys, PAT on the way. Jags have to find an answer to this power set.
Getting ready for the kick is Cody Klein. How I know who he is. He got them orange shoes on, bright orange, and the kick is up, and it's good.
And fellas, I will tell you this. Because Northampton made the stop on that play, Robbinsville actually came back and ran a little counter action inside. And they had something off of it. So Northampton's going to have to find an answer to that power set, that 3-back power set that they have Anderson as the deep back now, because Hooper's still on the sideline, guys. So
we're doing a little light jogging, so that's a good sign.
yeah, you got 2:02 to go in the first quarter. So I'm going to tell you something. Right here, Northampton has got to give you a drive. They got to give you something to get some hope going right now, because you don't want to fall down too much, because remember, they received the opening kick. So to start the second half, they'll be kicking off. So this is a key point in the game. One of our first key points in the game.
They've made some progress in their second series. This is the third series. Let's see what they can do. First one, of course, was a ball fumble. Defense did stand up.
They stood up, but they lost possession. So really, Robbinsville has possession in both halves.
Kick is up, and it's good. In the hands of the Jags. That's Najee Newsom running around to the home team side.
He's got
able to get some room. He's up. He's brought down at around the 43, 44-yard line for Najee Newsom. Able to get some yardage using that speed.
He got to the sideline. He broke a tackle, and you could see the wall forming to the sideline. And he did a great job to hit it to give his team field position right at the 42-yard line. Broke the tackle of number 2 right there for Robbinsville, Landon Hall, and he delivered some pain going up that sideline. He ran through the kicker.
Cody Line says, my God, I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah.
Jags are in there breaking the huddle. See if they can get another first down, see if they can walk this ball downfield. Of course, in wishbone formation, or triple option as Coach P calls it. Kendall hands off to Newsom. Newsom breaks the first tackle.
Got a flag. First flag on the day. I believe there's going to be a hold on Northampton.
So we got a flag on a play. Let's see what the call is from the ref. See.
We have holding Northampton, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
It's not what you want to see as a coach, do you?
No, because that puts you behind the chains. You want to stay on schedule for the guys. And Najee Newsom had picked up some good yardage right there as well. So now what you got to be looking to do is you're not going to get it all back in one shot. Take your time, methodically work the ball down the field, because they're playing about a 6-2 defense on you guys.
First and 20, ball on the 32, and brought down backfield was Kendall, unable to hand it. Well, that defense, night defense, just broke through that line and stopped Kendall in the backfield. Number
66, Coleman Cable, guys, he is wreaking havoc up front right now. And he's the one that's in the middle of that defense. He's on the either on the nose or an A gap. I'm trying to see from up here, but he is really giving them some issues. And now they're stunting.
Second and 24, ball is on the 28 for the Jags. Jags on the field. Kendall is in the shotgun position. Motions man. Oh, high snap, and it's a loose ball back at the 10-yard line. Kendall able to grab onto it and save it. Good sportsmanship, though. He was brought to his feet by a couple of Robbinsville Nightdale.
Yeah, that's Clanston Lane helping him, and Kendall is talking to his guys. And Northampton, it's important right now for them to stay together. They got to stay together. So Coach P, they got a camera on him, and he's not used to that. And I think Coach P just signaled to him. He said, the same. Run it again. You got to run it, though.
He's not going to change too much. He's been running those plays for a while.
No. You don't get to a state title game and change everything you did.
Kendall in shotgun. Man in motion. Same play. Fake up the middle. Able to get a couple of yards. Of course, that looked like that was Samaje Mitchell running. Samaje was stopped, though. And the ball it'll be 4th and 33rd. Ball is on the 19. Third series, unable to get the ball across the 50.
Well, and that's the end of the first quarter. And it came at a good time for Northampton, Aaron. First quarter's over, and when we come back for the second quarter, I'm going to tell you something that might have been key right there. The Northampton defense, the special teams have to stand up right here, get this punt off, make a play. that defense has got to stand up. And then I'm going to tell you something that Northampton may be able to do offensively to get this thing going a little bit.
You're locked into the 1A North Carolina High School Athletic Association Championship. It is the Northampton Jags taking on the Robbinsville Knights. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Ooh, Brad, check it out.
There's a variety up here.
This could be a song about home insurance.
Oh, with Nationwide, you can save up to 20% by bundling your home and auto insurance.
Bundling home and auto. 2 songs in one. What do you call that, a crossover?
No, it's more of a mashup.
Yeah, mashup. You see, that's why we're a great band.
We're not a band.
Yes, we are. We are a band. I am in a band.
Welcome back to the second quarter of today's contest, coming to you from Brooksfield at Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. Did I get all that correct, Coach?
Yes, you did, sir.
Okay. And it's the Northampton Jags taking on the Robbinsville Knights. Northampton right now are in a hole. The score is 14-0 with the Knights scoring both of their touchdowns off running plays. And now the Jags with the ball at the 19-yard line on the closer to where we are on the hash mark. Trying to get themselves together. Oh, waiting on the TV.
Waiting on TV, man.
TV man says, all right, I'm off the field. Wrap it up.
Jags got to manage their emotions right now, guys. Just get down and play solid football. Got Tevin.
See, we got a snap.
That's Tevin Campbell with a good snap. Tevin.
Kick is up, and it bounces, and it's about the 43-yard line.
It's a good job. You got, excuse me, I called Tevin Campbell. He's not the singer. That was
Yeah, I
Tevin
know.
Vincent.
Yeah. I was like Tevin Vincent. I know him, but
That was
Campbell,
Tevin Vincent on the snap right there, guys. That was a good snap.
Whose side job is also a singer, I guess, right?
Yes,
Under
yes,
Tevin.
yes. So, look, that was a good punt, too, guys. That flipped the field a little bit, got it back over midfield. So if the Jags can step up, play a little solid defense, but remember, they've got to find an answer right quick for this double up, but now they've gone away from it.
Ball is in the hands, swing pass, brought down by Najee Newsome in the backfield, along with another Jag. That would be, of course, Javante Scott. Both of them able to stop the run for Rylee Anderson.
Lex Hooper's back in the game. That's one thing, guys. Second thing, if Robbinsville is going to get cute and they're going to spread it out and put a bunch of receivers out there, they're playing in Northampton's hand. Northampton's faster than them. If you're going to try to play sideline to sideline, they'll get you.
Speaking of which, they got two to the far left side of the field. Collins hands it off and trying to run. He breaks a couple of tackles, brought down short of a first down, of course. That was your boy Hooper.
That's Hooper. He's back in the game.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was hurt on that run.
No, I think they gave him some tape and got him going.
Oh, down is Najee Newsome. Newsome, is that Newsome or Mitchell?
It's Mitchell.
Mitchell is down. And the training staff come out to try to have a word, see what's happening. You don't like this with these young men when they are unable to move there. As a coach, how do you handle that?
You take all extreme caution to see what's going on. There you go.
He moves over.
You see him roll over
on his own.
Yeah, that's
good.
great to see. And guys, it's been some hitting going on down there. They look like they're helping him up.
And good sportsmanship. Robbinsville Knights, all on their knees. You know, that's good sportsmanship. I mean, you don't see that a lot. Of course, teammates. They're all in the same fraternity of football.
That's right.
So you like to see that. How do you like Durham, guys? Are y'all enjoying yourselves here in the Bull City? Did you get lost? Did you have problems?
No, actually came right to it, Jay. You're pretty good with directions. I'll tell you that much.
That was the one time I can do it. Back on the field are the Knights. Collins hands it off and he runs up. Anderson breaks the tackle, but he gets a first down And that's a first down for Robbinsville Knights.
The one thing I haven't mentioned, guys, that we probably need to mention, Robbinsville's offensive line is winning the battle at the point of attack right now. And they're forcing, if you notice, we're calling the same names for tackles, but they're DBs and corners that are making tackles for Northampton right now. So that Robbinsville offensive line is going to work.
Back in the center, Nathan Collins. Hands off, Rylee Anderson. He breaks a couple of tackles, just a yard shy of a first down with a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, that was pulling out in front of him right there was Big 65, and they actually ran into each other. He knocked him down. Grady Garland, the big guard, actually knocked his tailback down. That was a counter tray right there, what we used to call counter tray.
2nd and 1 with 10 minutes on the clock. Knightdale trying to get it going again with the ball. He runs around to the right-hand side, stopped by Najee Newsome, but able to get about a first down.
So notice, as Robbinsville is picking up, as the Black Knights are picking up steam, guys, do you see where they're picking up steam and how? They're running right at them. They're coming straight at Northampton, and that's the issue.
Knights back at the 1st and 10. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Collins hands off to Rylee Anderson, who cuts back up going center. Gain about 5 yards.
Yeah.
It's 9:33. They're just marching this ball downfield, and the Jags are leaving some gaps open because Rylee runs around to his right-hand side, stops, cuts back up the center, and able to pick up a few more yards.
So, yeah, they're really rolling right now. Running in between tackles, you know, they're rolling them right now and winning the battle. So guys, watch it at the point of attack. Let's see what you got.
Collins back off to Anderson, swings around towards right hand side. Game's open. He's wide open. He walks in and he's stopped untouched all the way into the end zone. Rylee Anderson for another touchdown for the Robbinsville Knights, making the score 20-0.
And I'm going to tell you what happened right there, guys. The defensive end, defense is a reactionary game. You go. Right now, the end for Northampton on that play sat back and tried to read it, and he got a double team in his chest.
Cody Klein snap, and it's an offsides. Looked like that was Kendall who jumped offsides for.
Out of snap, we have encroachment on the defense.
Yeah, that was Kendall. Zion Kendall
It
jumped.
was. Zion was trying to time it up.
Penalty is declined.
He was trying to time it up and get over the top to block that, which I think is still illegal in high school football. I don't think you can jump the center.
Yeah, you can't do that in the NFL either.
No.
But Cody Klein with the ball, snap, kick, it's up, and it wobbles in, but it crosses, gets between the goalposts and making the score 21-0. 9 minutes and 2 seconds left in the second quarter. You're locked into the High School Athletic Association, North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1A championship game, and you're locked into the Big Sports Digital Network.
You ready for some football? Let our friends at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing design and print your next team's logo. Do you have a 10, 20, or 30-year high school class reunion coming up? Or maybe your church, civic organization, or business needs t-shirts? Contact Randy Wren at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing, located on 10 East 11th Street, Roanoke Rapids, and you can find them on Facebook or call 252-673-5491.
Harris.
Back with you. It is the Big Sports Digital Network, 21-0. Robbinsville Knights are in the lead. Aaron, what are you seeing on this field?
A lot of nerves, as Coach Stewart talked about at the beginning of the game. The Jags are just playing like they've never played before. They have to stay together because this game is still in reach. It's just they got to put points on the board and get themselves some confidence and go from there.
Rylee Anderson is definitely eating them up, and I believe we made a reference to one of our local guys kind of running. Who we were talking about Eli Harris for Halifax Academy. I wonder if Eli was here, how would he feel about that? Because you called his name a lot.
Yeah, Anderson's got
Oh, the ball is loose, and it was touched by a couple of players. Last touch by a Jag, and the Knights are able to recover at the 42-yard line.
Robbinsville boasts something that we don't see a lot of in the Valley, a kicker.
That's right.
A kicker is a weapon.
It is.
A kicker is a weapon, and we've seen it strike twice now here in the first half. That was a sky kick. Did it
We
go
have
far
kick
enough?
catch interference on the kicking team.
Oh.
Ball was touched before it hit the ground.
That's big.
15-yard penalty from the spot, Northampton's ball.
That is a big, big break for the Jags, and one which they desperately needed. They went with a sky kick up 3 touchdowns, try to get it back, and they actually recovered it, but they touched it before Northampton touched it, and they didn't go 10 yards.
Well, what they were doing, too, is they were going for the throat right here.
Yeah.
They were going for the death punch. But what this does is it gives Northampton the ball on their side of the field
That's right.
with very short yardage to go.
Right.
And this could be the break that Northampton needs to get back in this ball game.
Guys, I said last time Northampton had the ball, I was going to tell you something. Northampton needs to come out and spread out. They
Yes.
need to spread out and start gashing them, make them play in space. Northampton plays well in space. I don't think Robbinsville plays well in space, and I don't know how much spread offense they have in the mountains.
Well, I don't know how much I don't think they can
Here we go.
compare with their speed either.
Zion Kendall in the shotgun position. Snap is good. Hands it off to Eric Robinson. Eric is trying to get around to the left-hand side, but he is stopped in the backfield for a loss of about 2 yards.
Guys, and if that one man holds this block, Eric Robinson's got a big play right there. This is what I was talking about. If they hang on to those blocks out on the perimeter, they can go. Northampton has a speed advantage they have to play. And it's like Coach P, seems like he almost heard me. He jumped right back into the spread because when you go into the power set, you bring that defense in. So now you spread them out. So here you go again.
Zion Kendall in the shotgun position. Eric Robinson in motion. But this time they hand it off to Najee Newsom, who's able to pick up a few yards. Ball is down. Correction, that was Samaje Mitchell, and the ball is down at the 41 yard.
It's good to see
41.
him back in the ball game.
That's right. That's right. Now, guys, you have 2 downs to pick up 7-8 yards.
3 and 8 for the Jags. 7:53 left. The score is 21-0. Robbinsville in the lead. Right now, the ball is in the hands of the Jags. Handoff. Kendall, he keeps it. He tries to get around one Jag. He does. He's able to pick up a couple of yards. Oh, just shy of a first down. Brought down with about, 2 yards from the first?
And that was big, guys, because it was big to him keeping Kendall from the first down, but it was also big Kendall starting to use those legs. Zion Kendall is a big part of the Jags' rushing attack here in the playoffs. And here we go. We got a 4th and about 1.5, 2. This is a key play in this first half. And the Jags really need it. You know, Jags Nation.
7:06 right here in the second quarter. Jags with the ball as they line up, getting that spread offense. Zion Kendall in the backfield. In motion. Hands it off. Is that to Najee Newsom? Najee is stopped in the backfield. He is stopped. Oh, my God. By, of course, number 22, Rylee Anderson.
I'm going to tell you what you got. They are playing a 4-2 defense inside. They got 4 down linemen. They got 2 linebackers, and they're playing with 5 DBs, 1 safety over the top. They're playing with linebackers wide. And when they see that jet motion coming their way, they are firing those linebackers. Well, guess who those 2 outside linebackers are that are flying up the field? Hooper and Anderson. The 2 backs are the 2 outside backers. So here they go, back on offense. Oh, they're going to the air, guys. He's got him open.
Oh.
He dropped it.
That's big. They are definitely trying to go for the knockout punch right here with the special teams, and now back on offense. They came out on first down and ran a rollout pass. Collins was not able to connect. I think that was number 15 right there, Aaron. Clayton Lane.
And see, I think that's on the opposite side of football. That's what Northampton needs to do. They need to get Kendall moving and spread that defense out a little bit and possibly open up some lanes for them guys.
The issue is they're firing up the field so hard.
And he keeps the ball. Collins keeps it. He runs, but he's stopped at around the 41-yard line.
That was a good tackle by 23 right there, guys.
There's Javonte Scott.
Uh-huh.
Able to get in. So right now it's 3rd and 6. Ball is on the 41 with 6:23 left in the second quarter. Jags defense pretty stout if they can because you got to be able to stop 2 players basically. Rylee Anderson.
But you got to win at the point of attack right here, and that's where some issues are happening.
And Lex Hooper, yep.
That's right.
Right now Collins still under center, looking, hold it, stop. He looks to his left. He breaks 1 tackle. He breaks the 2nd tackle. He's picking up a few yards, and he's stopped. We got a man that's down. Okay, he was stopped, able to gain a few yards. It's 4th and 5, ball on the 42.
Good job. Big stop right there by the Jags defense. They had him deep in the backfield. I thought they were going to bring him down, but they have forced a punt, and that's huge, Aaron. First time they forced them to punt today. They should get pretty decent field position.
Well, yeah, and you guys are saying that they need to stop Hooper and Anderson. Really what Northampton needs to do is they need to beat that offensive line and get back to Hooper and Anderson is what's going to be the key to this game.
Kick is up, and it's picked up by Eric. Eric Robinson swings around to the right side. He's walking. He tries to leap across one man, but he was snagged down in the mid-air. But he's brought down around the 50-yard line.
By who? Rylee Anderson.
Rylee Anderson. I'm telling you guys, this team is built on 2 kids.
100%.
But they're good. I don't want to say that like I'm down in it. These 2 kids are good. They're not extremely fast or anything like that, but they are solid football players.
They play a lot of fundamental. They know where to be on every play.
They do.
Right now it's back to the game. 5:12 left in the second quarter. Jags with the ball. Ball is on the 50, 21-0. Handoff. Trying to swing it around. That's Najee Newsome. He stopped in the backfield.
And the Jags have overloaded the left side. And right now Coach P is looking for something to kind of get his offense sparked. But just like we gave the Black Knights offensive line credit, their defensive line is starting to win up front as well.
Yeah, their linemen are definitely winning both sides of the football to this point, midway through the second quarter, through the first quarter.
So Northampton, this is what I like them in. I love them in this 2x2 spread.
Handoff. No, actually Zion keeps it. He swings around to the right-hand side. He's looking for a long pass. Who's he trying to get it to? It dropped. It was almost interception.
We got flags all over the play.
That pass by he was trying to get it to.
Could be a hold on Northampton.
It is. I'm trying to see who he had, guys. He had somebody streaking down the middle of the field. That was open.
Pass was intended for Chad Brody.
Penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
But Aaron, you said something in the last series. You said you thought that they needed to start to get Kendall outside, and here it is, exactly what you said. And he does have Brody. Yeah. Jay's right. That was Brody, and a little more air on that, get that thing out a little bit further, and that might have been a touchdown, guys.
Right now it's 2nd and 28, or as we like to call it, a country mile.
Yes.
Ball is on the 32. Jags have it. Kendall, shotgun. Snap is good. Kendall fakes the pass is out. Oh, my goodness.
And that's not Kendall.
That was Pitt, Kwame Pitt.
That's Kwame Pitt.
Who's a freshman, by the way.
Yes.
He had a guy. Just a little less air under that, and his man runs under that and scores a touchdown. I thought it could have been a defensive hold, but
I thought so too. I was thinking the same thing, Aaron. I thought that was pass interference or something. That receiver didn't get off.
Have an ineligible receiver downfield. That penalty is declined. Will be 3rd down.
So the ball is 3rd and 28. Ball is on the 32-yard line. Kwame Pitt is under center. So Coach Pete looked like he's trying to go for in the air, trying to see if he can win this game. What we got here?
Timeout.
We have
Northampton.
timeout, Northampton.
Timeout, Northampton. All right, Coach Stewart. All right, what do we got going on here right now? I mean, because he took Zion out, put Pitt, who's a freshman, and Pitt sometimes Kwame Pitt. I had a chance to talk with him. He's a great kid trying to play ball. He didn't play ball at all last year. In his middle school, he comes and plays as freshman. Get a little nervous early on. I believe we did a couple of games when they played Hertford County and they played Washington County, and he brought him out because he gets nervous. As a coach, how do you work with him now that we are this deep? We're at the championship level. He's been with you all season long.
He's been with you all season long. He's been with you since the summer. He's been with you, so you're 6 months into this thing. He's not a freshman anymore. Experience-wise, he's been with this team. He's practiced with them. He's a little bigger in stature.
Yes, he is.
Than Zion Kendall, and he may probably have a little better deep ball arm than Kendall. So I think those are the two reasons he's in the game right now. Northampton is searching for a spark. If they can get the ball to one of their skill athletes in space, this game can flip really quick. And I think that's what he's looking for.
Strickland, let me ask you this: you're on the offensive line, man. What are you doing to help you guys out? If you're out there on the offensive line, how do we protect their quarterback?
Well, you got to keep him off the guy. I mean, you have to hold your man and give him a chance to throw the football and hit Zion Williams.
Fake
Williams.
Pass
He's
deep on the right-hand side. It's high. Ow! It's no good. This time it was intended for. Was that Zion Kendall they were throwing it to?
It was, and I feel like it was defensive pass interference.
It was.
They're in the cover two. There's a flag.
But it's close by us.
Here we go.
See what the ref is going to call here.
We have illegal procedure on Northampton. Penalty will be declined. Bring up 4th down.
4th and 28.
I think that's 2 missed pass interference calls on Robbinsville.
Well, what they're seeing, guys, they're going with the pump and go right there to trying to get the ball to Kendall on that sideline, and Robbinsville is playing soft. They're playing a soft cover too. So what I mean by that is they got a corner who's playing about 8 or 10 yards off and a safety who's playing about 14 yards off. So Zion's he's moving, but those guys are just dropping back, and they're there. So interesting.
A little confusion, trying to get enough men on the field. Finally get it straight.
There's the punt team.
And we run out of time.
Timeout, Northampton.
That's their second timeout.
That's their third.
Third timeout.
I think that's a final timeout.
Yeah, final timeout of the half.
Well, you got 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in this game now, Coach Aaron Strickland. You know what we were talking about the offensive line. What do you see for the offensive line that they need to do to both on defense and offense? I'm gonna put it that way. What can they do from your perspective? What do you see some of the gaps that need to be?
All the gaps. I mean, on defense they need to explode on the gaps, and on offense they need to make sure that it's shifting and covering those gaps, giving these backs a chance to get around because they're getting stopped a lot in the backfield, and you're not giving your quarterback enough time to make plays. And they just got to protect those gaps. That's just what it's going to do to protect the rest of this ball game.
Stuart, you had mentioned that point of attack. It is kind of getting soft, and as we get further into this game, it's getting softer.
Yeah.
From when we first saw from the first opening from the first series where the defense stepped up. This time, seemed like they're not doing that same energy.
Yeah, and I'm watching the monitor, guys. I did like what I just saw. Your head coach, George Privet, is the voice of the Jaguars. And in that huddle, he was the only person to speak. So they're looking to their coach and their leader.
Snap is up.
That's
Kick
a great
is good.
punt.
And it's recovered by the Knights. And he swings around to the right-hand side. He goes up, breaks a couple of runners, able to make a couple of runs, gain some yardage. That's, of course, Seth Lawson, who's a senior, 5'11 senior for the Robbinsville Black Knights. I always say Knights, but they're the Black Knights. Let me get
and that was
3:56 on the clock in the second quarter.
Big return too.
Yes, 1st and 10. Ball is on the 46-yard line right here close by us on the far right side hash mark. Nathan Collins hands it off to Rylee Anderson. Rylee tries to run around, but stopped in the backfield.
Is that Scott?
That's the Jags.
That was Javante Scott on the tackle, too. And he had a run-through right there, guys. That was big because that was that double-up formation that they've scored all 3 touchdowns in. That is not double-up, excuse me. That was the power formation. So looks like with 3:30 to go in the half that they're trying to, go back to what's worked for them.
Ball is on the 46-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. Nathan Collins under center. Steps back, hands it off to his running back. He breaks, gets a first down, still trying to go. He's on his feet, breaks 3 or 4 tackles. He's brought down at the 21-yard line, able to get a first down for the Black Knights. And, of course, who was that?
It's Lex Hooper.
He is like the kryptonite of Superman. Remember
yeah,
those?
He can be Lex Luthor right now.
Yes, he is definitely just.
But I'll tell you one thing you can't do. You can't arm tackle these guys. You got to stick a pad in them because they just keep coming.
And hands off. Back to him. Breaks up. And that was what you were talking about, that arm tackle. But this time you're able to drag him down. That's, of course, the tackle by Tevin Vincent for the Jags. He was able to hold him and just use his weight to bring him down, but still a gain of about 6 yards, so a 2nd and 4.
Look at the point of attack, guys, and what I mean by that is look at the line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage right now is 15-yard line. See where the back is first contacted.
Collins, hands off. This time to Rylee Anderson. Rylee Anderson gained about 2 yards there.
And that was good because Northampton actually engaged at the line of scrimmage and was able to make contact with Anderson to bring him down right, close to the line of scrimmage. That was much better play. The issue is if you start looking when they're running to the offensive right, that they're picking up about 4 yards before they're engaging the back. So
it's 3rd and 3, ball on the 14 for the Black Knights. Black Knights, Collins looks to his left, looks to his right, steps back. He looks to pass. He keeps it, and a host of white jerseys bring him down.
That's a big sack right there. That's a big sack. And now, Jay, I'm going to be critical of Robbinsville right there. I'm going to be critical of them. You're running the ball. You're having a whole lot of success running the ball down the field. On 3rd and 3, you decide to
have a
go to the air.
Robbinsville.
As you were saying, on this timeout?
They decided on 3rd and 3 to go to the air, and that's a big sack. Great job out of Northampton kids. That was Tevin Vincent. That was 52. I'm trying to see who else
that we saw. We got Felix.
Felix was in there. All of those guys were flying around making it. So now you have a decision to make. Are you going to go from the 17-yard line on 4th and 6, or do you attempt to kick field goal? You got the kicker who's been a weapon. He's put some points up. But I think if they can, Northampton keeps them off of the scoreboard right here, that's big. And they're showing the replay. Yeah, that was definitely Vincent and Felix right there on the sack.
Coach P had a chance to talk with him earlier, and he's not afraid to, change up his defense when they played Roseville. Mm-hmm. And he says he's got several different, 4.
The 4-2-5.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a 4-2-5 guy, but he'll switch it up. And
snap.
They're going.
Collins.
They're passing.
Pass. No good. I was almost caught by, of course, Najee Newsome, or deflected, I should say, by Najee Newsome. So that's a turnover. The ball is going to be in the hands of the Northampton Jags. The ball is on the 17-yard line. Look like it's going to be on the 17-yard line.
All right, Aaron. So, that's 2 straight possessions. They've forced a punt and a turnover on down. So the Northampton defense has not quit. They're still on their foot. Oh, that was a great play by Javante Scott, guys.
Yeah,
Javante Scott got up and got his hand on that thing. That was a great play.
He's definitely their best player on the day so far, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And he's on his big screen. Look at him. He's
That's
smiling.
Right. You need to smile, kid.
They
take a bow. Good job. That's a great job right there. He's playing hard.
I'm going to tell y'all this. If I'm Northampton, I still throw the football, but you have to attack the middle of the football field because they're playing you to the outside and leaving the middle of the football field wide open.
Oh, we
Delay a
got
game.
delay a game.
Prior to snap of delay a game, Northampton, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
These are things we have to work on in practice. We should know that.
Guys, but Northampton, they got hit hard early, and you're in the state championship, you're in a huge environment.
So you're talking about Mike Tyson?
But they've weathered the storm. If they can get out of here or get something right here.
Kwame, pass
There you
over
go.
to Kendall. Kendall runs, fakes, and he gets about 2 yards. So it's going to be about 2nd and 8.
But you're putting the ball in your playmaker's hands, okay,
Ooh,
in space. And you saw how far out they are. Look how deep Robbinsville is playing off of Kendall right here.
2nd and 9.
Well, look at the middle of the football field. They're giving it to them. Utilize that.
So, because Northampton spread from sideline to sideline. So you're right. If you can slip one of these inside, and they're going 3 by 1, guys.
And
Yep.
You
Three
got
to-
trips. You
three-
got
three
a
to the
wide
left.
receiver with nobody on him right here.
Pitt looks, looking for some help. Oh,
That's a
nobody
fumble.
stopped him. And
It's
it
an
was a
interception.
pass.
Defensive lineman intercepted it.
And the ball is on the 15. First down for the Black Knights. Coming from the backside. Nobody there protecting him. Nobody.
Nobody.
The running back just looking to his right. That, of course, being Samaje Mitchell, not looking to see the Black Knight coming from behind him. Didn't even stop it.
That was number 88, Rase Wachukwa.
Chandler Edwards on the interception.
And that was big, guys. They were trying to run that hitch and go again.
Well, the problem
pump
with
and
that
go.
is not only if they can score right here, they also get the ball first in the second half.
Right.
And they tried to run it up. A gain of about a yard.
Yeah. You're asking that defense to step up.
Defense.
Timeout, Robbinsville.
It's about 38 seconds left to the half. 21-0. You're just now logging on. Thank you so much for giving us a portion of your time. We'd like to thank you. We'd like to thank some of our great sponsors, by the way. Ren Sports, screen printing and graphics and screen printing. Always a big sponsor of Big Sports. We thank them so much. Our friends over at White Motors, and I know a couple of White Motors employees over there. They're old school Northampton graduates. When I say old school, we're talking about East-West.
Northampton West, Northampton East. Yeah.
And we got one who's from Gumberry.
All right.
Graduated from Gumberry.
Yeah.
So it's all about the county and bringing them together. Also, our good friends over at GW Hucks and Company. Phil Hucks, he's a great supporter. He always gives me words of, I don't know if it's words of advice or instructions, but it's always helping me to move forward.
No matter what happens right here, Northampton has to hold Robbinsville to at least 3 points. They can't give up a touchdown.
A shotgun position. Nathan Collins looks for the snap. Gets it. Looks to his right-hand side. He keeps it, fakes it, trying to get it. Trying to get it to Rylee Anderson. Anderson, who was open, but the pass was poor pass and short.
So this is a big down right here coming up 3rd and 9. And I'm going to step back from the game for a second, guys. The whole Roanoke Valley supports the Jaguars right now.
Yeah. Even North Edgecombe.
North Edgecombe, Weldon, South
Rocky
East,
Mount Prep.
Northwest, Rocky Mount Prep. Everybody in the Tar Roanoke and the Roanoke Rapids, everybody supports these
Skippers,
kids.
even the Greensville County.
That's right. These kids going after a state title, and everybody is proud of them and what they've accomplished
And
this
the
season.
snap by Collins. He thought about the pass. Second time he passed, and it's no good.
That's big.
A pass was intended for Clayson Lane.
So you've got 27 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, you got an
It's
injured player on the
4th and
field as well.
8.
Official timeout,
Jalen Jacobs.
injured player.
And one of the Jags are down.
Jalen Jacobs.
Jalen Jacobs, he is down.
It looks like he's getting up on his own, though.
You see Coach Squire.
And
Coach
speaking of the
Jerry.
Jags, just real quickly, had a chance. They do have their first basketball game for anybody who wants to know why they haven't played the ball game. They've all been focused on football. Their first ball game will be Thursday, December 19th, against who? The Yellow Jackets of Roanoke Rapids.
Hey,
And it's going to be in Northampton.
this is a small school that is doing great things, playing for a state title. And a lot of these guys Saturday they're playing football for a state title, and now they'll be playing basketball on Monday.
Aaron, you said it. They stop, if you don't do anything, don't get the points, at least get 3.
Well, that's a flag on a play, and that was a short kick. So
that might back them up.
If that backs them up, that could
Prior
be.
to the snap, have encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
You said move them back, not move them forward, Aaron.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
And I'll tell you this, guys. I know we're on the broadcast, and most of the time that we're on the broadcast, we try to be non-biased. But, we're down here. We're pulling for the Jags.
Oh, yeah.
We rode from the Valley.
I'm rolling for the Valley.
We're rolling with the Valley, guys, and we're pulling for the Jags today. And we're proud of these kids, hoping he misses this kick right here.
Mr. Orange Shoes, Cody Klein, kick is up.
That's good.
Good.
He's a weapon.
And that makes your score 24-0 with 23 seconds until we go to the halftime. Oh, my goodness, gentlemen. When you're Coach P, what are you going to say in the locker room?
Well, the first thing you're thinking is you got to get that 0 off the board. You got to dent that scoreboard. And you're going to tell them, hey, guys, scratch it, forget about it. Let's go back and let's execute. Let's look at our errors, because I guarantee the coaches, Northampton coaches on the sideline are making notes of what they need to do, what they're doing wrong. And they'll go in at half and they'll talk about it. Try to make some corrections to be able to come out in the second half and get rolling a little bit.
Well, and as ugly as this game has been for Northampton, they're only down 24 points, which is only 3 scores.
That's right. It's 3 scores.
It's 3 scores.
The way we play football is 3 scores, because we're going for 2.
It's only 3 scores.
That's
so
right.
You got to look at it as a moral victory as well, because this game could be very well out of hand.
Yeah.
Defense
They've weathered the
stepped
storm.
up. Yeah.
Their defense really has stepped up. They've weathered the storm. As long as nothing funky happens in the last 23 seconds, you're right, Aaron. They've weathered the storm.
Cody Klein, the sophomore, with the kick. It's up. This time, a host of Jags pick it up. Of course, it's
Smart
recovered
move.
by Tevin Vincent. He
Fit.
holds on to it.
Fair caught by Tevin Vincent. Tevin waved for the fair catch and actually was able to haul it in. And that's big, because once he waves for that fair catch, he can't be interfered with.
Well, and it's also the smart thing is he can't let that go either, because then it becomes a live football,
Right.
and Robbinsville can pick it up.
That's right.
They tried to run it from like they did the last time, but this time Robbinsville didn't. They attacked, but not as ferocious as you said earlier, to try to put the knockout punch on that particular kick. So let's see who's our quarterback right now. Zion Kendall looked like he's back in the QB position. 23 seconds left, 13 on the clock. Zion is looking. Are they going to take a knee? Nope. Handoff is to Najee Newsome. Fake. Oh, my God. Nice pass by Najee. No good. They were trying to get it downfield. Oh, that's one of your plays from back in the day, Coach Stewart.
Hey, I like it. I like Coach P still attacking this thing.
Well,
Have an official's timeout, injured player.
And the pass, Najee, he was hit pretty hard on that one. He was wide open with that pass.
I think he got hit in
the
the
side.
back.
He got it. I think he probably got hit in the side, guys. He took the toss.
He took that hit.
And on the throw, he probably got hit on the throw.
He was feeling that one.
We're looking at the replay right here. Oh yeah, 50.
That boy is he can't. That's a big boy.
Yeah, 50 barrel, and then put a face mask right in the ribs.
And the pass, of course, was intended for Jaquan Davis. Jaquan unable to get it, but that's one of your favorite plays that we talked about back in the day.
Yeah, toss pass. I mean, and you got it at the 40-yard line, so you can't blame Coach P. You got to go right now. 2nd
and 10. Ball is on the 40, 17 seconds left. He wasn't going to quit. I mean, as you said earlier, we need to, if nothing else, put some points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Back at the 40, it's 2nd and 10, 17 seconds left. Zion Kendall is under center. Got just one man to the far right side in motion. Oh, nice little reverse.
Oh, he's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet. Can he break
One guy
it?
to beat.
He breaks one man, tries to, and unable to. Oh.
It's going to be a hold.
Wow. That's, of course, with the run, Jaquan Davis.
Maybe a block in the back.
12 did a great job right there. Their defensive end, Cameron McGuire, did an outstanding job. of staying at home, because if he's not there, they hit the sideline right there.
Have a block in the back, Northampton, be a 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Self-imposed penalties, as Coach Costa would say over at St. Augustine's University back in the day. The team who makes the least amount of penalties or mistakes can win the game.
Yeah.
And right now we have a lot of mistakes that our Jags are making.
And guys, I'll tell you this, and they wound the clock, and that's the half.
Yep.
That's the half. And remember, this is also an all-star official group. This is an all-star group for the officials as well. So go to the half. Northampton down 24-0. As Aaron said, you made a great point that that's 3 scores, because we're going for 2 in our area. That's 3 scores. The Jags can get back into it. What's your biggest takeaway or your biggest thought? How can the Jags get back into this game?
They got to keep playing the defense that they're playing, and they have to spread that offense out and utilize the middle of the football field, and not keep relying on the sideline, because they're playing that defense wide. So Northampton's got to find a way to find somebody in the middle of that football field and see can they capitalize on some big plays across the middle.
So probably also, Aaron, because Zion Kendall has become, when they brought Britt in as the quarterback, Kendall became the single receiver to the right side. If they come back with some type of combination route over here into the trip side where, like you're saying, get somebody in the middle, if they drag that middle receiver, if they run go, curl, drag in there, he may be open as well, because they're actually playing Robbinsville, the Black Knights are playing a 4-2-5. 4-2-5 defense. But the Northampton defense did show up stout. There was only one drive that Robbinsville had over 50 yards for a score. The others were on a short field. So there are a lot of positives to take away from this, even though the score is 24-0, and you got a whole half to play, and you're playing for a state title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. That's the first half. Right now it is 24, the Black Knights of Robbinsville, and 0 for your Northampton Jags. We are going to take a quick pause for the calls, come back with a couple more stats and updates, talking about basketball season as it's right around the corner. Then we get ready for the 3rd and 4th quarter for your Northampton Jags. Thanks so much for being a part of the Big Sports Network. You can always follow us online at Big Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for allowing us to bring you high school sports.
I would definitely suggest becoming involved. Put yourself out there, make new friends, and just become involved. Most of all, don't just go straight home after school. Find something to do and get the best experience that you possibly can.
Come celebrate 75 years of CIAA championship basketball. Athletes, alumni, fan fest, and fun. It's all about the game and CIAA tradition in Charlotte. From February 25th through 29th. Come live the legacy. Get your tickets, plan your trip, book your hotel, and be a part of CIAA history. Guaranteed best rates available at CIAAtournament.org.
Libby was rescued from a contract testing organization known as Professional Laboratory and Research Services as a result of a PETA undercover investigation. 2 weeks after we brought the investigator out and released the footage she had taken to the public, it was so horrendous that the laboratory shut its doors and released all 250 dogs and cats they had been abusing. When I think about how Libby was treated inside that laboratory, it breaks my heart. She's been tattooed inside her ear with a series of letters and numbers, which was her identification inside the laboratory. Of course, she had no name.
food. It nourishes, brings us together, and adds flavor to life. That's why it's important to wash hands, surfaces, and fresh produce. Keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods like fruits and vegetables. And cook to proper temperatures using a food thermometer. Enjoy! And refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours. For more tips on safely preparing foods, visit homefoodsafety.org.
Get on top of it before they do. About every 30 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes about 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchor.gov.
Tradition, leadership, community, serving over 3,000 student athletes hailing from historically black colleges and universities, we are the CIAA. Established in 1912, the first African-American collegiate conference in the U.S., the third highest ranked NCAA basketball tournament in the nation. It's more than a game. Each year we raise over $1.5 million to support our athletes and impact our communities. That's the CIAA tradition. Come live the legacy.
Some people are going to tell you that you can't be great. Don't listen to them. It's what you make it.
Right now, it's halftime right here for the Robbinsville Black Knights and the Northampton Jags. About 9 minutes and 57 seconds before we get into the third quarter. We're going to come back, give you some halftime stats, and talk about what's coming up for the future of the football in the Roanoke Valley. Thanks so much for being a part of the Big Sports Digital Network. I'm Jay Bell, and once again, we're at the half. It's 24-0. Nightdale. I feel like I'm in Wade County. No, Robbinsville, the Black Knights, 24, and your Northampton Jags, 0. Coach Stewart, Coach Strickland, they will be with you, and in a few moments, giving you some stats, updates, and what's happening. Thanks so much for being a part and letting us bring you high school football from the 1A classification of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association, brought to you by our good friends at White Motors, Lynch's Office Supply, Rand Sports Graphics and Screen Printing. Also from our good friends at Center for Energy Education. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Big Sports Digital Network.
Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. And they're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? You don't know my name.
Tradition, leadership, community, serving over 3,000 student athletes hailing from historically black colleges and universities, we are the CIAA. Established in 1912, the first African-American collegiate conference in the U.S., the third highest ranked NCAA basketball tournament in the nation. It's more than a game. Each year we raise over $1.5 million to support our athletes and impact our communities. That's the CIAA tradition. Come live the legacy.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens. Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to dad.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Tradition, leadership, community, serving over 3,000 student athletes hailing from historically black colleges and universities. We are the CIAA. Established in 1912, the first African-American collegiate conference in the U.S., the third highest ranked NCAA basketball tournament in the nation. It's more than a game. Each year we raise over $1.5 million to support our athletes and impact our communities. That's the CIAA tradition. Come live the legacy.
Operation Wonder Park is a go!
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. But don't just imagine. Use STEM to change the world.
Who's with me?
It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
These are the good times. Come on! Bring our show! Get her up! Get her up! Yo! My grandma looks better than you doing push-ups, and she's 85 years old! Such a good life.
For more info, go to OperationGraduation.com.
Welcome back to the Big Sports Network. J Bell with you. It's halftime, ladies and gentlemen. About 4 minutes left in this game. Well, 4 minutes left in the halftime. Coming up for the third quarter. Looking over a few stats, guys. Looking at right now, the one stat to count is it's the score is 24-0 in favor of Robbinsville. And of course, Zion Kendall. You know, he is rushed for 3 times with 9 yards. Of course, Samaje Mitchell with 7, rush for 5, number of rushes 5, only gained about, 17, with his longest run being about 8 yards. What else do you see that from our Northampton Jags, stats not looking good. Just not looking good for the Northampton Jags.
I think one of the big things, Jay, you're
0 for 5 for the third down conversions. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about the number. Samaje Mitchell has 5 rushes. Zion Kendall 3.
And Eric only 1.
Eric Robinson only 1. What I want to talk about is the fact that they haven't stayed on the field to run a lot of plays yet. So they have to find a way to move the chains to get those numbers up. for those guys. You can see that they have had some returns. Punting, you got some return yardage there, and the kickoff return yardage. Newsom has 2 for 50 yards on the kickoffs return. So there are some things, but then when you flip it to the other side, Rylee Anderson's had 18 carries for 108 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Rylee, and you're looking at it, at the 5-minute mark,
right.
2-minute mark, second quarter he scored. So it's been the Rylee Anderson show.
It has been, and so that senior back over there for Robbinsville High School is the difference maker right now. When they went to that power formation with 2 backs in front of him and they started running. Northampton did come up with an answer for it in the second quarter. Northampton was able to keep them out of the end zone, well in the second quarter, making them punt as well as turn it over on downs, or this game could be, out of hand by now. But, offensively, Coach P has got to find an answer kind of to get going a little bit in the second half. Offensively, and this first defensive series is huge because Robbinsville will receive the second half kickoff, and this is a huge opportunity for Robbinsville to try to really distance themselves, or for Northampton to, stem the tide and try to get their offense on the field or score on defense.
Right now, just
look, you can.
Looking at time of possession, the Northampton Jags had the ball for 9 minutes and 3 seconds in the first half. Robbinsville with 12 minutes and 36 seconds. So they've had the ball just slightly over. I mean, 3 minutes does make a huge difference. Fumbles, the Jags are 2 for 2 in their fumbles. Penalty yards, 5 penalties for 45 yards, where the Black Knights are 1 penalty, 3-yard loss. I'm just looking at red zone scoring chances, 0 for the Jags, 4 of 5, and I think that 5th one was when they could have scored, but they ended up with a 3-point to be able to tack on some extra points on that game. Javante Scott had definitely had 7 tackles. Samaje Mitchell with 5. Felix had 4 tackles, and Najee Newsom, he had 3 tackles so far on the day. Rylee Anderson, he's everywhere. He's 5 tackles. Yeah, they got number 24. Evidently, nobody knows who 24 is for the Black Knights. Man's wearing a number, but his name is not nowhere on this roster.
Yeah, he's not on. I don't think he's on my roster either.
No, I'm talking about from the stat man. The stat man just put 24. Oh, your stat. Coach P is being interviewed right now. They're having a conversation with him on the side. So let me see what we can find from Coach P. Let me see if I can pull up some audio here and get Coach P.
Your team at all times. This is their time. This is their place. Let them play.
That's not him. That's the PA announcer talking. I thought I was going to get a little TV something.
And I'm going to say something. I can look at Coach P's face. I'm looking at him on the monitor. And, I can tell that, he's disappointed how this went. But I'm going to say this. After being a guy who's out of coaching now, I was on the sideline 15 years and I'm out of coaching now. I hope that they are all taking in the experience, y'all. Win or lose, take in the experience, and not everybody gets to this point. Not everybody gets the opportunity to do this. So I hope that the kids, as well as the coaches, the staff, everybody in Northampton County, I hope that the enthusiasm that they've had this week, behind their team coming here is not lost in the end result.
Well, and what on a personal social issue, however I want to phrase it, but I agree because you build a championship even whether you win or lose on this one. You don't don't lose it because you build for the next season.
Right.
That's how you build championships. You can't have a roller coaster ride up and down, up and down, up and down. Remember, Shoulders, he's on the sideline. They gave him some passes because He was part of that team that was supposed to carry them to the state championship last year. He didn't make it.
It's part of building it.
But he built it so we can get
That's right.
here this year. Him and a few other people. Go back to Rooks 2 years ago.
Right.
You know, he was part of building that team so that last year they could get, you know, to the third round, unable to recover, but now they got to the fourth round. Now they're in the championship round. So next year, these juniors who are on the team, we got quite a few juniors and some freshmen. Kwame Pitt, for example, who's a freshman.
Right.
You know, he had a chance to taste of the goodness. So now, what is he going to do all summer long to prepare himself? Aaron, when you're out there working, how important is it for you to do that? Say Kwame Pitt, you're a freshman now. You got 3 more years working out during the summer, through all season long, because you can carry your team back to this level.
Yeah, I mean, you never stop trying to build what you got. You don't ever settle. So each and every time you have a chance to step on the field, you make the best of it. And to echo off of that, I mean, these are some of the best friends you ever have in life as teammates.
Absolutely.
So not only are you building a team, but you're building a friend for life. Because some of the friends that I've still had to this day have been guys I played ball with, and they've been the ones that we've kept in touch with throughout my life.
Well, we are getting ready for the third quarter of this afternoon. Getting ready for, let's see, the Jags are kicking off, and the Black Knights are going to receive. We got a flag on the field.
I believe it's going to be illegal motion on the Jags.
Prior to the kick, have encroachment on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty, replay the kick.
You a prophet there, fella?
Somebody's offside. Well, encroachment, that might mean he lined up offside.
Yeah, it looked like he was lined up off the ball, in front of the ball, I guess you would say.
Third quarter, 12 minutes still on the clock. Jags are going to give it a second try.
If I'm Jacksonville, I'd kick the ball deep and make them play the field because they haven't done well at that tonight.
And I think that's what we're going to see.
Refs will make sure everybody's lined up properly. Yeah, we got it. Toe to leather, kick is up, and
we got another flag
whistle.
On the play.
What is going on?
Somebody was another encroachment.
Prior to kick, we have encroachment on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Okay,
they have to be out running the ball or something. I'm not sure.
I'm going to look at the bottom, and we're high up, so the edge of the press box is kind of blocking. I'm going to lean forward a little bit and look at the bottom here to see, because the guys up top were all on side.
Everybody, let's see, 20, he's going to get caught. He's not lined up for the Jags.
As long as they're not a past the 30, they're fine.
All right, and this time the kick is up. It's good. Bounce. And it's
loose
ball. Who's up? Oh, my goodness. The Jags recover. The Jags recover. Jags recover.
And if you guys don't notice, Kwame Pitt come in to make that kick.
Oh, no. Now that they're saying Robbinsville has it, guys.
It must have squirted out.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was on it. Nobody saw the ball, and the Jags, wow. That would have been a huge.
Yeah, that would have been the break that they really need.
Oh, yeah, the ball did squirt out. And the Black Knights with it, running up Rylee Anderson. He stopped. Oh, my God. Before I could even finish the play, he got knocked down.
Yeah, he picked up about 3-4 yards, too.
Just before he got going. It's third quarter, 11:41 left. The Black Knights with the ball, 2nd and 6.
They're coming back to that formation they had success with, guys.
Black Knights, Collins, hands off to Rylee. Anderson, he goes up. He gets a first down, plus a few more yards after that.
The counter right there is what they scored on the second time they had the football. So what they're doing is they're trying to make Northampton be honest. So Northampton is seeing that formation and starting to cheat toward the tight end side, which is a natural thing that you should do. And now they're running a counter back into the boundary side.
Ball in the hands of Lex. Lex runs. Lex gets a first down. And the Black Knights keep the ball, just marching it down the field.
What I see is they're running a few plays inside, and then they bounce it outside to try to keep them off balance.
So I don't know if they're checking it. I don't know if Collins is checking the play at the line of scrimmage, guys. But he's got that same formation. They got 2 power backs and a tight end to that side with a receiver.
Collins with the ball. Hands it off. Who has it?
That's Lex Hooper.
Lex Hooper, and about 8 yards, 7 yards.
So, yeah, they're putting Northampton in a bind, trying to figure out, you know, do you stem to that side? Do you go to that side to play it? Or, you know, because if you do, you leave yourself vulnerable on the backside.
That's first down, actually. So it's 1st and 10. The ball is on the 23. And the Jags with the ball. And hand it off to Rylee Anderson, who gets a couple of yards, squirts, gets past the first down mark and brought down about the 7-yard line of the Jags territory.
They're doubling at the point of attack. Offensive line is taking 2 at the point of attack and turning out. And that's leading up onto the backers that are right there.
1st and goal for the Black Knights. Collins with the ball. Collins hands it off. Rylee Anderson with it. Rylee Anderson has the ball.
That's a good play by Felix right there, getting a hand on him. And then Scott coming over to finish him up.
Seems like you call those names on every play on defense.
Yeah.
.957 left right here, 24-0. And the Jags, Black Knights with the ball right there inside the red zone. The ball is on the 9-yard line. Collins, ball, hands it off. He stopped. That's Lex Hooper. He was stopped, but able to gain about a yard, so it's 3rd and 8.
Devontae Scott on the tackle again.
Clouds are starting to roll in. Temperatures
starting to dip.
And the wind is picking up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the Roanoke Valley still standing strong. Fans
should.
over there, they hadn't left, still trying to cheer on the Jags right now with the ball. Let's see. Gets a couple of yards.
He fumbled.
Almost. He's recovered it. Is that the 2? Is that the 2-yard line?
Should bring up 4th and goal.
4th and 2. Ball is on the 2-yard line.
Be big if Northampton could step up right here.
If they're able to bring it in, if they could get a stop. You said it earlier, Strickland. You said earlier on the last play, if they can stop it, just settle for 3, if nothing else. With the ball. Here he goes. He walks in. Rylee Anderson.
It's his 4th score, guys.
Rylee Anderson gets the ball and making the score 30-0 with 8:39 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that was big right there.
Going, Klein, kick up, good. As 31-0, Black Knights taking the lead, a commanding lead right now. So as we get ready, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, Coach P, what is he going to do? His defense, his defensive coordinator, how are they going to answer to stop that Black Knights from marching down the field? You're locked into the Big Sports Digital Network right here. Check us out online at bigsportstv.com.
You ready for some football? Let our friends at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing design and print your next team's logo. Do you have a 10, 20, or 30-year high school class reunion coming up? Or maybe your church, civic organization, or business needs t-shirts? Contact Randy Wren at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing, located on 10 East 11th Street, Roanoke Rapids, and you can find them on Facebook or call 252-673-5491.
Welcome back to the Big Sports Digital Network. Jay Bell with you, along with Andre Stewart and Aaron Strickland. Guys, looking at the camera, what do you have to say to the audience? Just taking a brief look at our camera. tell the audience, first of all, we like to thank them for watching, but what do you got to say, Coach?
We appreciate you guys for supporting big sports as we support children of the Roanoke Valley. What a ride this year to get a team all the way to the state title game, to be here to support the Jaguars of Northampton County. Regardless of what the outcome of this game is, we appreciate them. We appreciate Coach P. We appreciate Dr. Chamblee, their superintendent, and everybody in Northampton County for allowing us to be a part of this.
Getting ready for another kick. Klein with the orange shoes. Kick is up in the hands of the Jags. Javante. Let's see, Javante, by the way, is a junior, 6 foot 220 junior, so he's had a taste of the good life up here. So next year, it'll be their time.
He'll be one of the better players coming back, returning in the Valley.
And the Valley, we're losing a lot of great players across the Valley, but also bringing in some good ones. Because next year, we'll talk about it in a moment, but talking about the Chargers, how they have got to step up their game for the 2021 season.
Have a timeout, Northampton.
Northampton takes the timeout. While they take that timeout, I know we're in the championship game talking about our Northampton Jags. Over the course of this year, Aaron, tell us what you have seen in football. You've had a chance to see across the Valley, not just the 1A, but even with Roanoke Rapids. What have you seen in football, and why should we continue to support football in the Roanoke Valley?
Well, it speaks for itself. It keeps these kids off the street. It keeps these kids active, not only academically but athletically. And anything we can do to support a kid who's trying is something we should always do.
Over the course of this season, can you name the top 3 players you've seen so far this year in the Valley? Can you name 3 of them? I know you mentioned one earlier from Halifax Academy.
I'm going to go Eli Harris, Samaje Mitchell I like, and I'd say the Barnes kid from North Edgecombe I liked a lot.
Oh, yeah, big boy. Yeah, big number 23. Kendall under center for the Jags. In motion is Samaje Newsom, but they handed up the middle, trying to walk. Actually stopped. That was a good. We got a lot of action. I thought that was Eric Robinson who got the ball, but actually that was Kendall who kept it.
Kept it as
he faked me out on that one.
Well, Eric Robinson ended up 40 yards down the field. I'm sure they wish Eric Robinson had the ball as well.
Eric Robinson was 40 yards down the field blocking somebody.
Yes, sir.
He had one of the Black Knights on skates. He took him for a ride. You usually had to pay money to get taken that far, baby. That's what I like. A little football. Eric Robinson's still playing out here, guys.
Yeah. Didn't even buy him dinner first.
No, sir. I like it.
Jags with the ball. This time they handed up the middle. Oh, they stopped. Wow, that defense of the Black Knights, all those black shirts just pounced on the Northampton Jag. Of course, with the ball, that was
Jeremiah Johnson.
And Jeremiah was he just met with the Black Knights.
Yeah, they
I guess that was the answer for what Eric Robinson did by taking that boy down the field.
Yeah, they were gang tackling, and they're getting there with bad intentions too.
Didn't Martin Lawrence play in a movie called Black Knight?
Zion keeps the ball. He looks to run around. He's trying to find a hole.
I thought it was a face
mask. No good. We got a couple of flags out there.
That might be a penalty on both teams. That may be negating.
Well, I can say Zion, he ran for about 20 yards, gained about, 3 actually.
And
4.
the official has thrown his flag as well as his hat.
I mean, just keeping his eye on the ball after the play.
Yeah, he couldn't throw nothing else. What's the shoe coming up next?
I don't know. I don't know. If you
it was the same ref, too.
Yeah.
We have a personal foul, face mask, Robbinsville. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
I guess both plays was on that. Or he's going to pick his flag up on the first play, and they're just going to call a personal foul because there was a flag thrown.
Looking at that replay.
We'll take it.
Nice block.
Good block by Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson got 2 folks right there.
Right there.
But there's a flag thrown way before that play.
Right.
Yeah, that face mask penalty was on my man Grady Garland, a senior 6'2" senior for the Black Knights, called for that face mask. Now, Jags back in their traditional running play, give the ball to Najee Newsome. Najee able to get across, I think. No, man, they only stopped him 1 yard shy of the first down.
I think he got it. Oh, they got him way back there.
And that's a good-looking play right there.
2nd and 1.
That's that scissors action. They blocked that up really well.
Now, if Najee could do that again, I was talking to the TV guys at halftime, and they really love the play of Najee Newsome.
Najee Newsome has played hard in this game, guys.
Kendall's looking around, trying to get himself straight. He's under center with the ball. Hand it off to Eric. Eric runs. Eric gets that first. That Eric or Samaje? Eric Robinson. He gets that first down.
Former Roanoke Rapids Yellow Jacket.
He's a senior trying to move on. Had a chance to talk with him earlier this summer. I believe he had a couple of options. One of them was the military. He thought about even going into the military after high school. Zion Kendall, who's the center, also, he's trying to get a couple of looks from a couple of colleges, hands the ball, keeps it. He runs around to the left-hand side, gained about 5 yards.
And this is the Northampton offense, guys, that I thought we would see. Taking some shots, getting down the field, Kendall faking handoffs and then getting up in holes after backs clear through. It's taking them a long time to get their footing going today. But it's good to see them. They're rolling, guys. So,
let's put some points on the board.
That's
absolutely.
Right. Get that scoreboard and keep going.
And as we've seen all year, penalties is what's caused this drive to stay alive and keep Northampton with the football.
Mm-hmm. Ball is handed up, and gain of about a yard for the Jags.
Mm-hmm. And
Najee Newsome able to take the ball up. It's 3rd and 2.
And I like the play calls. Coach P calling plays right now. I like him because he's hitting them in the middle. He's making them stay honest, and then he's taking the shots on the edge with his counter play, with his toss play on the edge.
Jags still in there, actually.
Still
wing handoff. Nope, fake. Kendall keeps it. He spins, but he's brought down. Four Black Knights right there. He spun around, trying to get away from two black jerseys right in his face.
Yeah.
And he's trying. Right now, he's looking over at Coach P asking for instructions.
Well, anything that's taking too long to develop is a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem because they are
he's looking like he was trying to hand it off to somebody, but nobody was there to give it to.
Right. And I don't
know
was
it a pitch play?
A pitch? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that was a counter option or what was supposed to happen right there.
Yeah, I think his back outran the play.
It's 4th and 6 with the ball. Zion, nice little. Oh, Lamar Jackson pass, and it's
touchdown!
Touchdown! Najee Newsome. Najee Newsome. That's one of the Lamar Jackson pass that he did for the Vault. I like that.
And Najee Newsome deserves that touchdown, guys. He's played hard today. He tapped that thing around to himself about 2 or 3 times.
1, 2, and he kept that ball and then took off to the races. Yeah. Stayed inside, able to get 6 points, putting 6 points on the board for the Jags. Like you said, Aaron, you got to score. Just score. Just get your points in.
That's right.
And then one at a time. This time they're going for 2. Pass. Did he get it? He got it, and he's in.
Oh, good, nice play. What a grab. Eric Robinson reaching out with his right hand, one-handed grab, and then toe tapping inside the pylon.
And what Northampton may have found something right here in their passing game. As you can see, he went across the middle both times, then he hits him on the outside for the 2-point conversion. That could really open up some holes for their running game as well.
They put Lex Hooper in a bind right there because Kendall coming at you means you got to either go with the passing route
or give him the lane.
Or give him the lane to run.
That's right.
Good job, Jags.
4 minutes and 1 second left in the third quarter. The Northampton Jags scored off of Najee Newsome receiving and able to walk it in for 6 points, followed by a 2-point conversion by Eric Robinson. You're locked into the Big Sports Digital Network, bringing you the 1A High School Football North Carolina High School State Athletic Association State Championship. We're going to take a pause for the cause. We'll be right back right after these messages right here on the Big Sports Digital Network.
Ready for some football? Let our friends at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing design and print your next team's logo. Do you have a 10, 20, or 30-year high school class reunion coming up? Or maybe your church, civic organization, or business needs t-shirts? Contact Randy Wren at Ren Sports Graphics and Screen Printing, located on 10 East 11th Street, Roanoke Rapids, and you can find them on Facebook or call 252-673-5491.
And back at Wallace Wade Stadium. We're at Brooks Field at the Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University in the city of Durham, North Carolina, in the county of Durham. Did I get it right, Coach? Do I know my social and geographic stuff? Did I get it all right?
I think so.
Okay. I mean, because I'm just saying, you a coach, you are a teacher, you are a principal. So academically, did I get an A?
At least a B plus, Jay, right there.
Wow.
At least. And Jay, I'm getting nervous because Northampton is scoring. The crowd is yelling over there, and then there are two buses pulling in over there, Jay. I think the Tarboro Vikings are here.
Oh. All right, let's see. Kick. Loose ball, able to recover. Got it. 46-yard line.
We got a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be encroachment as well.
On the kicking team. 5-yard penalty.
That's the third one.
We got another bus, Coach.
I don't think I've ever seen three guys.
Oh
now,
my
look,
God, they got
gonna
three.
Make them re-kick it?
Three, yes, 3 charter buses.
I wouldn't. I'd have took the ball right then and
right. If that's an option to take the ball right there, because this may be a mistake.
Yeah, because now you can recover an onside kick.
That's exactly right.
Well, we do have to now. One of the weaknesses of the Valley is our kicking game across the board. Who gets
ball's
it?
on the floor,
and they got it.
Northampton's on the football.
Got it. Here we go.
All right, Amadeus. Aaron,
all right,
Aaron, you caught it.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Mo is starting to wear teal, guys.
Well, and again, the first kick of the half where they muffed it and it squirted out of his hands. How big could this be? This could be a 24-16 ball game if they can score right here.
That's right. Well, it could be at least 24-8 with the football at midfield.
That's right.
All right, Prophet. Frederick.
And guys, remember, they got burners. Northampton's got burners.
All
they
right.
got guys that if they get a crease, they make this thing turn around real fast.
And
Northampton side is on fire right now.
They feel it. You can feel
Zion
it.
Kendall with the ball. He hands it up the middle. Getting a couple yards, and we got a flag. Samaje Mitchell on the run.
Flag came in late. What do we got?
That could be a personal foul. Looks like it's going to be on Northampton.
I'm holding Northampton. 10-yard penalty for still first down.
We cannot have self-inflicted wounds.
That's a very late flag for a hold.
It was. And it came in from really deep, too.
Mm-hmm. It looked like your back judge throws the flag.
I'm watching it, guys. I'm trying to see a hold.
I know you're not calling it on that one.
You can't call it on that pancake, but Grady Williams and I always argue about that this year, that you can no longer pancake people.
With the ball, Zion looking. He throws. It's up in the air. Let's see. Oh! We got a late. Oh, man.
It looked like
Davis was the intended receiver.
It looked like he got caught up on it. His legs got caught up underneath him as well.
Yeah.
Black Knight trainer comes out taking a quick look while Coach Squire runs across the field. He sits up.
Official timeout. Player injury.
This head referee is so thrilled to make these calls.
He is. He really sounds like he'd much rather be sitting at home drinking coffee.
Playing Suco.
Well, it's Saturday. Did anybody get – let's see, was my Army-Navy game on today?
Yes, it is.
Who's in the lead? We got to figure that one out. I'm going all Army, seeing that I'm a former Army.
Well, if you're a Vegas better, it's all Army as well.
I'm always going to go for Army. My ex-girlfriend was in the Navy and she left me.
Jay, I could feel the pain in your voice right there, too. I could feel it.
Yeah, we both were.
She sunk your ship, huh?
Right. We were high school sweethearts, and we were both supposed to go in the Army. She went to the Navy. She left me. Anyway, that was my personal stuff. I'm crying. Let me stop. Back to the action. The boys on the field. It's 2nd and 20. Ball is on the 39. Jags still with the ball. 3:33 left in the third period. In motion is Newsome. Zion looks to toss it. Gives it up. Flat in the flats. He breaks a couple of runs.
He's got a flag.
He's keep going. Ow! Short of the first down.
That's Holland, baby.
That's huge right there. He's getting him out in the flats, and he's got plenty of running lanes when you guys block down on him like that.
That's the name we haven't called yet. We haven't called that name.
Elijah Holland. I'm going to tell you how I know Elijah Holland. I spent a lot of time behind him last year. He's the catcher on the baseball team.
Oh, okay.
He's a good kid. He's a good guy.
6'4", 230 pounds.
He's a
catcher.
heck of a catcher, too. He kept me clean all season long. I like that guy.
Back at the action, Zion Kendall, 3rd and 1. Ball is on the 42. Zion looks, thought about the same one, thought about keeping it. He's trying to get around.
He might have got there.
Nah, he's still on his feet. He's still going.
We got a lane.
Nothing in front of him, but one Black Knight pulls him to the out of bounds.
Feeling it now.
And that was Seth Lawson. If he'd have got past Seth Lawson of the Black Knights, it was nothing in front of him.
How he got out of that, I'll never know.
Let's see.
We're going to look at it right here, guys. The athleticism of Northampton is all of a sudden starting to show up.
And he's still on his feet.
They just tackled each other.
It looks like they tried to just strip him instead of just trying to go for the tackle.
Yeah.
Zion Kendall, he's one of the smaller players on the field, but Zion Kendall has one of the biggest hearts. 5'7", 160. He's a senior. He is trying to make his mark. As Coach P says, everybody leaves it on the field. Matter of fact,
timeout, Robbinsville.
Oh, yeah.
Coach P said during one of the media football when they had the championship and they brought everybody in, he listened to the head football coach from Tarboro, and one of the comments that the Tarboro coach says, you're a senior. This is your last year. You only got 4 years at this. Leave a mark. Leave everything on the field. And Coach P repeated that.
Northampton contingency on the big screen over there. They're enjoying themselves. They're making some noise. They're enjoying. I see some familiar faces from Northampton County over there. They're enjoying themselves as well they should. They should. They have made the trek up here to Durham to support these guys. They should enjoy themselves. And I'm telling you guys, hey, I don't know if you wrote Northampton off too early. All right, if they punch this thing in before the start of the fourth quarter, watch out.
Yeah,
watch out.
This is a 15-point ball game if they can score right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
With a two-point conversion.
That's right.
Let's see. It's a first down. Pitch. Handed off.
Robinson.
Trying to get it. He gains 2 yards, holds on to the ball. We got 2:29 left in the third quarter. The score is 8 for the Northampton Jags, 31 for the Black Knights of Robbinsville.
Robinson looks like he's shaking up.
He had some ankle issues earlier in the year.
He's looking at the coach. Coach saying, nope, stay out there. Stay out there.
Yeah, you're a senior. You leave it all on the line right here.
Yeah.
Although we do got basketball season coming up in 5 days.
And he's a hooper, too, now.
Yeah, he won't be playing on Thursday, though, I can tell you that. And they got workouts on Monday. Up the field trying to get it.
Zion.
Oh, Zion still on his feet.
Touchdown.
He's in.
Oh, boy.
Yes, for Zion. Kendall.
Here we go.
He gets on the board with 6 points.
Oh, boy. I told you they got burners, guys. They can make this interesting. Uh-oh. And Robbinsville's in shock right now. You can see that they're not used to this speed. They're not, they talk about mountain football and hit you in the mouth and all that kind of stuff, and that's real. That's real.
Well,
but so is speed.
But you said earlier that one of their things was to put some hurting on you. Evidently,
you can't catch. You can't hit what you can't catch.
And going for 2 with the ball. Kendall looks, pass, knocked down, no good.
But
and Holland was there too.
As you said earlier, Jay, what hurts the most? Your heart. Mm-hmm. And right now, Northampton's hurting Robbinsville's heart.
Mm-hmm.
We got ourselves a ball game.
We do, guys.
Well, now, with the third quarter, it's 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Looking at the Jags and the Knights. Can the Jags, as you said earlier, before we went into the half, you're only down by 3 touchdowns. So right now they've scored 2.
Now you're only down 2 touchdowns.
Now we just take it one step at a time. You keep going. You don't quit. Like in basketball, you keep playing until the buzzer hits, till the clock hits 000.
And now
we don't make no mistakes because
Robbinsville's worried because, guys, can you recover a kick?
Yeah, because we had this issue earlier. Kick, bouncing. It's in the hands. They hold on to it. He falls down. Coach told him, don't even think about it. Just catch it, fall on it.
All right, so let's see. Now can the Northampton D step up again?
Yeah, your defense carried you in the first half.
Right.
Your offense has been playing in the second half. Can both sides of the football show up at one time?
At one time. Can you get a 3 and out? Or can you get a turnover right here?
That would be huge. If they could score again in the third quarter, that would be huge.
And trying to run, still on his feet, able to get a first down, but brought down, and we got a flag.
Let's see what that.
It's going to be a late hit. I think that was one of them late hits out of bounds, it looked like.
The sideline is motioning for a face mask. Let's see what our friend says.
We have a 5-yard face mask penalty on the tackle, 5 yards from the end of the run, first down.
So it wasn't unsportsmanlike, it was just an accidental grabbing.
Yeah. So
which that rule changed in college and NFL. It's all 15 yards now.
So now Robbinsville's trying to go fast, trying to get some momentum back.
We got Collins. Hands the ball off to Rylee. Anderson holds the ball, but Anderson.
The ball's out!
Northampton. Oh. Guys, that ball popped out and popped right back to him. It caromed off a Northampton player's chest right back in to, I don't know if it was Hooper or Anderson carrying the ball.
How big would that have been?
It was Hooper.
Oh, it's Hooper with the ball.
Guys, Hooper's put it on the ground twice. Look, watch it
ball
pop up on the back. Oh, and it rolled across Javante Scott's back.
Oh, how do you get the ball back in the hands? Rylee Anderson with it. He comes back in the middle, and he's stopped in the middle. But it looked like he has a first down. It's going to be a first down for the Black Knights with 53 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-31 is your score.
The Jags are flying around. They just got to get to them on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Because at this point, the Black Knights are just trying to milk the clock and walk away with a state title. Oh, boy.
With the ball, trying to keep on his feet. He's stopped. Rylee Anderson once again.
Aaron, watch the replay of this and look and see they're attacking this. I know why they're attacking that side now. The defensive end is in a 7 technique. He's inside of the tight end, and there's nobody right outside the tight end. Look at it and see if I'm right here, and they're just caving it. And so the first person that they're getting to on that side now is either the corner or the outside linebacker who's having to step up and set the containment wall. They're going to let the clock run out.
Yep. With that clock, we're going to take a pause for the calls. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Big Sports Digital Network live on Big Sports TV. Make sure you follow us, my friends. Check out our social media sites. It is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also YouTube. Got a lot of great things coming your way over the next couple of weeks. Some great programs, things about the kids in the Valley, and some other good jazz. We'll tell you all about that later on. Thanks so much for being a part of the Big Sports Network.
Hi guys, my name's Dakota Mullins and I'm the new PR director here at Fairwood Lanes. I wanted to go over a few things that we offer since we are a family-friendly place. So we have bowling access for people of all ages, and we also have an arcade with various prizes. And for the adults, we have lottery and keno. So we also have a full-service bar with 19 intertwined taps with rotating domestic and crafted spheres, as well as a made-to-order snack bar. Remember, if you guys have any questions, you can contact me with the information on the screen. Remember, we're Fairwood Lanes here in Roanoke Rapids. Family-friendly fun.
TV. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Big Sports Digital Network.
Hey, welcome back. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter here. Aaron, that was a big quarter for the Northampton Jags. They were down 24 at the half. They found some life. This defense has to step up right now and get a stop so that put that powerful offense back on the field.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're winning the whole second half. Outside of the long score for Robbinsville to start the quarter, it was all Northampton.
Well, we're getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left. 12 minutes left.
And I guess it's Northampton with 1H.
When you played ball in high school, correct, Strickland?
Yes, I did.
Your senior year. What do? You know, I ran track in high school, so I didn't play football, but I ran track. And we gave it our all. What about you? This is your final game of the season, baby. What you going to do?
Well, you're going to lay it out there on the line, 100%.
And the ball is in the hands, and it's stopped. Oh, he was stopped by three white Jags. Rylee Anderson, he tried to go up the middle, and they closed that gap quick.
Yeah,
the way you said they should have done it in the first and second quarter.
Yeah, Felix reached out and snatched him back, guys, with one hand. That was impressive. That was also one of my former guys, a former Weldon Middle School guy in there. Looked like Big Travius Garner was hanging around in there.
Yeah, but go back to what you were saying, Jay. This is like Armageddon. I mean, there's no tomorrow. The world ends today.
He gets the first down. It's going to be a first down for the Black Knights. Earlier we were talking about, you know, as we wrap up this season, you know, the game, we still got about 11 minutes. But next year we got a great group of guys coming back. And I was sort of disappointed with one of our teams, talking about the Weldon Chargers. Coach Stewart, we're going to talk about that in a few moments. Right now, that's the Black Knights giving it out with the ball wide open. Nobody in front of him, nothing but green. Counted 6. And that's my man, number 20, Lex Hooper. Not Lex Luthor, but Lex Hooper getting 6 more points on the board for the Black Knights.
And the rain's starting to fall.
And that was big, guys. He cut it back. They ran the counter, and he was able to cut it back and find pay dirt, scoot in and find pay dirt.
Snap, kick, and the ball is through. Right now with 11:03 left on the clock, it's 14 Northampton Jags, 38 the Black Knights of Robbinsville. You're locked into the Big Sports Digital Network. Coach, before we take a quick break, well, we're going to keep it right here. We were talking about next year's football season, talking about the Weldon Chargers. You know, they got some big boys up front. This year was kind of a disappointing for the Chargers. Next year should be their year. What do you think?
You got to win all 3 phases of the game. It doesn't matter if you're talking about Northampton, doesn't matter if you're talking about Weldon. It's the teams that win all 3 phases of the game. And I think that was part of the inability of Weldon this past season. I will tell you this, guys. Weldon played Northampton to a very tough game at the end of the regular season before they just ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. And they were able to, Northampton put them away easily by 20 late in the game. But Weldon does have a junior class right now that's returning in. You got Jordan Travis, you got Brickle, you got Stewart, you got a whole lot of those guys over there that should return and be able to get something done. They got a core that should be returned, and they're returning a young back, probably one of the best young backs in the area in Navario Austin.
That is true, and they were picked to actually finish third in the conference. But like you said, it's all 3 phases. And one of the weaknesses that I have noticed in our conference, in the Tar Roanoke, is part of it's the special teams.
Special teams.
We got to work on special teams across the Roanoke Valley, and that includes our friends over at Roanoke Rapids High School.
Yeah, everybody's got to work on it because it's that important. It'll get you beat faster than anything.
Total at the ball is high in the air. It's a short kick, and he gets about 2 yards on it.
It was weird, guys, because Tevin Vincent waved for the fair catch, but Holland actually caught it and then took off with it.
Yeah, that's what kind of made
yeah.
me think twice. I was like, whoa, what was going on with that?
Yeah, only the man who is catching the ball can actually wave for that fair catch and take it. So very interesting. But here we go. Jags still got 11 minutes to go.
1st and 10, ball is on the 43. Northampton with the ball. Need to have a sense of urgency now with 11 minutes left on the clock. Still kind of just meandering out there on the field, but
the clock's not started yet until the first snap of this series, so then we'll see.
Ball in the hands. Zion, pass, caught, going Najee Newsome. Gets about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Mm-hmm. So now let's see how quick because now your clock is running, Jay. So let's see what they have here.
Well, that gives Najee about 28 yards passing on the day. And a fun fact, he had 38 all year.
Right. You know, he's caught the ball well today.
Within shotgun position, Zion looks to pass. He's running. He keeps it, and he's brought down with a loss of yards.
Yeah.
14-38 is the score right now with the Black Knights in the lead.
He wanted to put his foot in the ground and turn it up, and it was just, you know, that hole closed quickly. And also, guys, now that it started to rain, that plays in Robbinsville's favor because remember, you know, a fast track with a fast team, and now you're going to slow them down some. But the speed advantage has definitely been Northampton's all day.
3rd and 9, ball on the 44. Kendall looking for some help. He decides to keep it. Escaped one tackle. He steps back, still looking for some help. He's running back. He's being chased by some black jerseys. He's being brought down with a loss of yards. And he was snatched down by the Black Knight, number 19, I believe that was.
I kept waiting for that thing to come out. Kendall was back there dancing around
15.
like Lamar Jackson, man.
Clayson Lane.
Yeah, if he's trying to get his 10,000 steps, I think he just got it.
Yeah, he was rolling right there. I was like, whoa. And then he put his foot in the ground and decided to go about a half step away from really getting loose. Kendall's fast now.
It's 4th and 16.
And I understand what they're doing here for field position, but with 9:16 to go, I feel like this is a you have to go for this.
Yeah, the ball's at the 37.
They don't kick it.
Yeah, it's at 37-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to kick this
Have
ball.
a timeout, Northampton.
And then you get the double whammy because, guys, it's about the 3rd time that whoever that guy on the right side of that punt team has not come out. So this may change Coach P's mind right here, Aaron.
Yeah, I would
to take the time out, you might just go for it.
I mean, with the time you have left on the clock and you're down 3-4 scores, you got to go for it.
Yeah. At this point, Coach P's got to be thinking he doesn't have anything to lose. And his kids have come out in the second half and really afforded themselves well. You know, after the first half, and they got kind of hit in the mouth early, and they had some adversity right off the first kick when they fumbled the first kick back to the Black Knights, and they were able to, you know, hold on defense, but then the Black Knights were able to come back and score. So they've been chasing the uphill battle. But, you know, in the second half, they played them 14-14. They played them tough in the second half.
Yeah, they've definitely represented the Roanoke Valley well.
Absolutely.
Nothing to hang their heads about. Just play 9 more minutes of nothing but heart. Because if anything, they've earned respect of not only the Roanoke Valley, but of Robbinsville and the surrounding areas in the Mountain West as well.
Yeah, the state of North Carolina.
For all of our friends, we'd like to wish everybody season's greetings, happy holidays. Right here from the Big Sports Network, we thank you so much for following us and being a part of the broadcast all season long as we wrap up one of our final football games of the year, getting ready for basketball. December 20th and December 21st, it is the Holiday Classic at Weldon. It's the JV boys taking on the varsity girls in basketball. Get your tickets today over at Weldon High School.
Pitts in at
Britt's the quarterback.
And he's in the shotgun position. He steps back, looks to his left. He throws
That's
to
a
his
great
left.
pass.
And he gives it to Zion. And he tipped it, but he was hit And the ball was knocked out. He was.
I wanted to see if they got to Kendall early, guys.
Seth Lawson was the second person to hit Kendall before he could secure the ball.
I felt like they got it to him.
Did they hit Kendall early?
No, he gets it.
No, he
tipped.
And then
Okay.
tipped, and he was trying to go for it, and then he was knocked down. He had it there.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad play. And like you said, Aaron, I think it was the right call.
9:02 left in the fourth quarter. First and 10. Ball is on the 37.
Well, it was a great pass. It was a great call, draw-up play as well.
Knights have the ball. With the option giving it up to Rylee Anderson. He's able to gain about 4 yards.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we were talking a little bit about Weldon earlier, guys, and I'll say this about the Roanoke Valley, the Tar Roanoke. I don't think people realize Northampton, do y'all know North Edgecombe has like 122 kids in the school?
Wow.
We're talking about schools that don't have 200 kids in their schools. Weldon and Northampton both have early colleges that they are drawing from, but they got less than 300 kids in these schools. And they're going out and competing, so that's why you see a lot of the same boys that play football are moving over to basketball and baseball, and they play track and field.
Nathan Collins with the ball, hands it off to Anderson. He stopped in the backfield. Looked like a couple of 2-yard loss, so it's going to be 3rd and 7.
So yeah, I think, and they're just happy right now to grind that clock down and keep it running. But we saw the flash of Northampton's speed, and how they played football all year. It showed up here in the third quarter in the second half.
Hand it off, going up, Lex.
Bring up 4th down.
He got a couple of yards, but he's 3 yards shy of the first down. Well, actually 2. 4th and 2. Ball is on the 29 of the Northampton Jags. Are they going to go for it?
Oh, yeah, you have to right here.
Break the huddle. Stepping up. Under center, Nathan Collins once again wearing the number 5, looking to his right and left, looking at the defense. He hands it off up in the middle, gets the first down. That's my man, number 20. What's his name, fellas?
Lex Hooper.
That's a cool name.
And Lex Hooper's a junior too, guys.
Well, his family has to be Superman fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lex.
There's definitely not unintentional there.
Yeah, they have to be.
1st and 10 right here with 7:03 left in the fourth quarter. Black Knights with the ball. Hand it off. Going up right behind his back was Lex Hooper. He's able to gain.
That was Anderson.
Anderson, but 4 yards.
Yeah, and that clock's just running.
I like the way he followed his lead guard, able to get a couple of yards. Put his hand on the back and say, hey, man, take me forward. Let's go.
Yeah, and they pulled well today. A lot of pulling and trapping up front, which honestly is also a weakness of the Valley. We don't see a whole lot of pulling and trapping. We do a lot of straight ahead running.
Well, guys, and we've got a lot of credit to Hooper and Anderson, but those guys haven't rushed for 3,200 yards combined this year by themselves.
Oh, no.
You got to give a lot of credit to that front line. Combined 3,200 yards,
53
over 53 touchdowns combined, 5 today, both over 100 yards today.
Right.
Rylee Anderson able to move the ball forward, but right now it's third down.
Yeah.
Anderson coming up on 200 yards on the day.
Yeah.
You got to give credit to that front line. It's just like Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott doesn't do it by himself.
Really, I'm going to mute your mic. You say that again.
I can't help it. I hate him too.
And with the ball in the hands, Nathan Collins give it up to Lex. Lex runs. He gets the first down. And they just slowly marching the ball downfield. It's going to be a first down with 5 minutes and 37 seconds left. And they're taking their time. They're just eating the clock up.
Yeah, this is not about scoring for them. It's about
eating
chewing as much clock as you can.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not giving Northampton an opportunity is what they're doing.
Right.
Ball is on the 12-yard line. But it's been, as we said, hey, for us to get this far, whether it would have been Northampton or North Edgecombe, we have somebody in the Valley from the Tar Roanoke in the state championship. Collins gives it up to Lex. Lex goes a couple of yards. He's brought down. Gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, and you can't overstate what Northampton
5
did.
yards.
Northampton went on the road and beat the number 1 and the number 2 seeds in the East to get here. They got here as a number 4 seed, but they knocked off number 1 and number 2 both on the road.
Yeah.
In Rosewood.
That Rosewood was a good one. Now I'm being personal. That Rosewood was a good one because they lost to Rosewood last year.
Yeah, and it's a hostile place down there.
It is.
I've been down
God.
there. It's a tight little hostile place you're playing in down there. And then to come back with a conference rival and to beat them on the road. So, these kids have nothing to hang their heads about.
And going in for 6. That was number 22, Rylee Anderson.
That's touchdown number 5 today.
Well, and not only that, I mean, for Northampton to even be in the runnings to even make the playoffs with all the injuries and stuff they had on the year.
Oh, yeah, they had them early injuries against Washington County, Hertford.
In North Edgecombe.
They battled injuries all year long and still went into the playoffs at number 4 seed and made it here to the state championship. I mean, that's hats off to that team, the coaching staff, the families, and the running rally for standing behind them.
Right.
It's 14-45 with the Black Knights in the lead. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the the fourth period. It may not have.
No periods in football.
I did basketball yesterday. My God.
There's no periods in basketball with this sport.
Was I listening to hockey? Yeah, I was listening to hockey. Oh, my God, I'm getting my sports messed up.
When it's 45-14, but the score does nothing for how this football game has been played. It's a lot closer football game than 45-14.
Well, part of the problem was something I said in the very first quarter. The majority of this game has been played in Northampton's field, Northampton's end of the field. And in order to get going, you needed to flip it and make them have to drive it. I think they've still only had one drive of over 50 yards, guys.
Well, I mean,
and he falls on it not.
You look at a score of 45-14, you're thinking, oh my God, they're running up and down the football field, and they only have 300 yards of total offense.
Right.
I mean, that's a. I mean, you look at Northampton at 14 points, and you would think they have 300 yards of total offense, and they really don't. They have about 100 yards of total offense to 300 yards of total offense. It's been a battle of field position all day.
Position. That's right. It's the field position battle. And I guess we'll go back to something that we said in the opening, the keys in the opening, that the pedigree. Robbinsville has been here, and they've been here a lot. And so it's newer to a Valley team to be here. And sometimes the bright lights will sometimes get you.
Well, the last time they were here is 05.
Right. And they were here.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, Northampton, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Things like this, simple things we can clean up over the summer, getting ourselves prepared for next season. Because these penalties have not helped, encroachment, delay of games.
The 05 team that came from Northampton County was Northampton County West, under the direction of the late Diego Hasty. I remember that team.
Newsom runs. Newsom tries to break around on the edge, but it's pushed out of bounds, gained about 2 yards.
I think he got about 6. He's a yard over the original line of scrimmage.
Yes.
That first team, guys, that came, they played in Winston-Salem, and they lost that game, I think, to Elkin, but they played well. And that was a good team. I think Andre Williams was a running back on that team. I want to say Joe Huff, and they had some different guys on that team that I remember. I was coaching in Roanoke Rapids at the time, and they were a talented group. And to be able to get back, Northampton County be able to get back is a big thing.
Trying to keep the ball stopped in the backfield. We got a flag, by the way.
It's going to be a personal foul on Northampton, I believe.
Kendall kept the ball, brought down. So it's 2nd and 9 right now. Refs having a conversation. As I like to say, they figured out who's going to make the turkey dinner for Christmas. Taking a long time to talk about it. Are they going to deep fry it or cook it in the oven?
Just pick it up at Bojangles.
After the play, we have a dead ball, personal foul on Northampton. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play will be 3rd down.
And the big part about that is after the play.
That's
so
right.
the down
The
counts.
down count, that's right.
Let's see. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that was not unnecessary. That was.
Oh, that's.
Javante Scott.
They're probably.
Pass in the air.
Oh, he caught. Flag on the play. I believe they're going to get a late hit on Robbinsville, on Zayar.
Yeah. The officials want that clock to run down too.
Got a man down.
Northampton, 10-yard penalty from the flag.
Yeah, somebody got slung down. Somebody got slung down, guys. I saw that. But you don't want an ejection either in a state championship game. In that act that we just saw.
Yeah, I know that. I was about to say that.
That's an ejectable act. I think that's what they were probably discussing, not about that turkey, but whether to. Yeah, see, that's the sling down right there.
Oh, yeah. You talking about the act that he just tried to play off with the injury?
Yes, sir. And there's a couple of them, actually. So
it was a couple
we've had
of Grammy Awards, Oscars and some Tony Awards.
2 plays in a row that we've seen both teams do some things that could result in some ejections on. It's 3rd and 39.
Ball is on 18 for. Now, this is one of your statements that you said last season, a country mile.
Yes.
Ball is handed off, spins, able to keep running, trying to keep going, Mr. Robinson. But I believe his ankle, now this is not an act, but his ankle is not as strong.
Yeah,
he's had, he's been dealing with that all season long.
Right.
As we're wrapping it up, we got 3 minutes and 16 seconds and counting coming into the close of this game, guys. Got to start thinking about some of our key players of the game.
Got a timeout, Northampton.
Timeout, Northampton. Let's think about it. Who could be some of your key players, MVPs, Mr. Aaron?
It's only one. I mean, it's 100% Rylee Anderson.
Yeah.
Is that official? No.
That's official. That's official on mine. I mean, you rush for 200 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unanimous.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy, and I mean, and his running partner, they both showed up today.
Can we take a vote on that?
No need. No need.
No vote?
No vote. On the Northampton side,
Can we get a recount?
Najee Newsome has been outstanding, I think, from start to finish.
Javante Scott.
And Javante Scott defensively. I think those two have been outstanding. There you go. Wave at the crowd, people.
And the rain is starting to say hello. It's been a nice day all day, and then the sun set and the clouds said, "We coming home, baby." The rain said, "We coming in." With the ball.
Should be a fun second game.
Tarboro won it last year in the rain over at NC State. I think that it's a rematch.
Kick.
Northampton roll.
Yeah. They're going to keep walking it down, yeah. What, the 28-yard line. Coming in the same booth as the radio call, my good friend Jimmy Johnson and the guys from WCPS in Tarboro. In Tarboro. Yeah, here in Tarboro. They're going to be calling this game. We're going to lock the door so the Tarboro radio crew can't come in.
Now, we talked about Najee Newsome on the offensive side. He's punted the crap out of the ball, too.
Yeah. He's punted well.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, and he's made tackles on defense, too. So he's had a very good all-around game.
One of the things that I had a chance to watch Newsome as far as track and field, definitely fast runner and great at the long jump. We got a flag out there.
We got some substitutions.
Prior to snap,
on both sides.
Alt start, Robbinsville.
I mean,
5-yard penalty.
These guys helped them get here.
That's right.
So they said, hey, let's get them some play too.
I think, is this the first time or the second time they called something on Robbinsville?
Yeah, Robbinsville played a pretty clean game, guys, to be honest with you. They've taken advantage of some of the opportunities afforded to them by Northampton, and they have not hurt themselves with penalties.
14:45 is the score in the fourth quarter. It's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Robbinsville with the ball, trying to move it forward. They gained a few yards. It's going to be, 2nd and 9. Ball is on the 30. Coming to you live from Brooksfield at Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University in the Bull City. I got my start here in Durham. My first radio gig, WSRC 1410. I was a radio announcer.
For the Blue Devils?
No. That was Bob Harris. He was doing that back then. I was doing Christian radio.
Man, how the tables have turned.
Ball is down. It's third and about 8? 3rd and 8 on the. Yeah. And it's 1 minute and 48 seconds, and Robbinsville, they're just getting happy. And you said they're located with the Smoky
Mountain Conference.
And where are they located? Where's Robbinsville located? Somewhere.
I know it's in the mountains.
We talking?
I do believe.
Yes, Appalachian area.
Well, like 5 minutes
Cherokee.
5 minutes from the Tennessee state line or something.
Yeah, heading that way.
With the ball, trying to go, and it brought down. The defense still playing to the last second for the Northampton Jags, and they happy, boy. Look at them. You know you're a bad man when you can wear. You know you cool when you wear a turtleneck with a necklace. I mean with a chain.
Was that chain real?
With a ponytail.
Was that chain real, or was it like made onto the turtleneck? I was trying to figure it out, guys. Man.
They do make stuff like that.
I know, yeah.
Rockaware or something.
Oh, they did? Oh, yeah. That was a big chain or a decoration on the
I think it was a decoration. My, how the broadcast is falling apart quickly.
38 seconds left. With the ball, trying to keep it is the Black Knights, and they're brought down at the 35-yard line. We're wrapping it up, guys. It has been a pleasure doing this broadcast with you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to be a part of this Big Sports Network. We are really trying hard to continue to serve the Roanoke Valley, all the schools and all the kids in the area. It's not about just one, it's about all, and together, I believe we can help make a huge difference in Halifax, Northampton, and even Edgecombe counties, with future opportunities going out to Bertie, Hertford, Warren counties. And we will be doing a basketball game real soon up in Greensville, up in Virginia. So we want to thank you guys. You guys have taken the time to be with us all season long. Aaron, what do you think about this season and your call as a broadcaster?
It's been fun. I mean, it's been fun to be a part of a different side of the game. Learn a lot. You see a lot of the game, and it gives you a whole new perspective.
And one of the people who've been with me since early inceptions, Mr. Andre Stewart. He joined us early on, and Stewart, you've been sticking with us, buddy. Thank you. First of all, why'd you stick with us? And we appreciate you that you didn't run away from us.
I coached and then I officiated, and it's just another aspect to be able to look at sports. Being able to look at sports and see sports from a different viewpoint as the clock hits 0 and Robbinsville celebrates the 45-14 state title. But it's been a pleasure. You still tip your cap to Coach Privet and everybody in Northampton County. Guys, you can almost count on one hand, maybe two hands, the number of teams that have come out the valley to compete for state titles in the major three sports. You don't have a whole lot of them over the last 50 years. So you have to tip your cap to these kids. You had some Weldon teams in basketball. You had, I think, Weldon boys and girls have played for a state title and been runner-ups. This is Northampton, second time being here as the runner-ups. And, it still does not slight what they've done. That's impressive. And you're proud of the kids that they came and they represented the Roanoke Valley well.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this broadcast. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for being a part. We're going to go to the post game and try to get some highlights after, the announcements. Of course, they're going to do their post game celebration, announcing players. And as you can hear the noise in the background, that's the folks from Robbinsville who are definitely cheering on these young men. And first of all, I will have to say, just as a resident of North Carolina, not born and raised here, but been here for more than 35 years, I love the state of North Carolina. So to the guys out west, I salute you for a great game. And to our friends up at the North Carolina, the eastern part of North Carolina, we're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to produce some outstanding student athletes, and not only student athletes, but from an athletic standpoint, but we're also going to, as a principal, our goal is to help educate our students so that they too can be some outstanding future leaders of America. Coming up soon, we got basketball. Our next basketball game on our schedule will be the Roanoke Rapid Yellow Jackets as they travel to take on the Northampton Jags in basketball. That game is going to be Thursday, December the 19th. And then followed by that, Big Sports is going to be traveling during our last football game of the season, the Celebration Bowl. Big Sports will be down there as Alcorn State takes on North Carolina A&T. The Aggies, this is their 5th year. Can they win their 5th title for the Celebration Bowl down in Atlanta? For Coach Andre Stewart, from Mr. Aaron Strickland, I'm Jay Bell. You have been locked into Big Sports Digital Network right here in Durham, North Carolina on the Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University. Your final score, the Northampton Jags 14, Robbinsville Black Knights 45. Have a happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much.